I'm Yoshi Lomax, superstar attorney at law and fugitive.
So, you're the famous Yoshi Lomax.
Probably more infamous. I'm on the run from the federal government for crimes that I didn't commit.
Gentlemen, I'm Deputy U.S. Marshal Sharon Starr. I'll be taking things from here.
Not to mention being on the hit list of at least 3 of Miami's major crime bosses.
I wanted to apologize in person for leaving so abruptly last night.
Welcome back.
That's Vladimir Kuzetsov, a Russian crime boss. He's been a suspect in over a dozen missing person cases.
I mean, I didn't get here to be this successful for doing things the American way.
I need a list of the jury for my case with Hanju.
Oh, really? What's that worth to you? Oh, my God, you're such a good...
Mr. Santana is to be released upon processing.
So what do you know about Sheldon Chisholm?
What do you want to know about him?
I really need to know if you're going to take my case. I don't have time to play, Miss Lomax.
Money is not a problem. You know anything about his case?
It's being handled by agents in my field office.
I've learned that in this game of life, in order to win,
Ready to dance?
you gotta play dirty. You might look at me and see a beautiful, confident, successful woman.
Congratulations, counselor. Yet another win.
But underneath, I'm flawed. I'm broken. And I'm scared. So I have no choice but to run until I can find a way to clear my name.
Miss Lomax is now considered a fugitive of the United States. Catching fugitives is my business, which makes her my suspect. You and your associates are relieved.
Look, she killed one of our own.
But I will not give up.
All right, people, listen up. Get a picture of Miss Lomax out there so the public knows what she looks like.
I will not give in.
Okay. People, we got a game plan. Let's break and execute.
I will not get caught.
Time to go hunt.
Real talk.
Hey, I'm Gina Lou, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hey, what's up? It's Logan Browning, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Real talk.
Hi, this is Alana De La Garza, and you're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, I'm Diane Franklin from Better Off Dead and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. You're listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
Hi, this is Monique Dupree, and you are watching Real Talk with the Director on Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, I'm Stormy Maya, and you are listening to Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
It's Vicky Judy, Orange is the New Black, and I'm here with Real Talk.
Yo, what up? This is Jay Ellis, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio. Keep it locked.
Hi, I'm Rita Parks, and you're listening to Real Talk Radio with the Director. Hey, I'm Issa Rae, and you're watching Real Talk with the Director on Dollhouse Radio.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
And nothing less. What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk with the Director and the Jedi Council. I'm the Director. Be with you for the next 120 minutes or so. And Real Talk is brought to you each and every Monday by B2S Media. We broadcast live via the World Wide Web on youtube.com/IE Network TV, the IE Network. Also on the social network itself, Facebook and Twitter. So it's the end of the year. Merry Christmas, late Christmas, belated Christmas to everyone. Hope everyone had a eventful Christmas, whatever. Happy Kwanzaa. Hanukkah's passed already. Whatever you celebrate, just happy holidays. The end of the year is near. I hope everyone has a great new year going forward. So, without any further ado, we're going to step into some of our recap for the year 2021. Year 2021. I'm trying out some of these backgrounds. As you can see, it's a little fuzzy, a little, trying. Maybe I need to adjust the camera a little bit. But anyway, real talk background back there. I may change it throughout the show just to get to see which works best. So I'll be waiting on my Jedi Council to jump in anytime they're ready. And but we can't talk about this year of 2021 without, might as well get right out the gate with it. Spider-Man: No Way Home has crossed the $1 billion mark, from what I'm understanding, worldwide. They worldwide they have cracked $1 billion. First time we've even seen anything close to that since this pandemic, this terrible, terrible pandemic started. But Marvel, of course, was able to do what they do and do what they do. So they've crossed $1 billion. They've all, there's another record broken because no one would have ever thought they'd get that much during this pandemic. So Spider-Man: No Way Home, and it was, right now, some people are dubbing it the best Marvel movie. It might be overreacting, and I don't know. Some people have really said to me that I've heard about, maybe about 3 or 4 people personally that said to me that they liked it better than Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. So some people got it up there. It's kind of already jumped to like the top, definitely the top 5, possibly the top 3. But it has now entered the Mount Rushmore of Marvel movies already. And the movie has only been out not even a month. So everyone's just going crazy. I think they might be overreacting a little bit. I think they're kind of going, everybody's happy back into the, the theaters, and everybody's jumping back into the theaters. And this is like probably, they've really been pushing this. It was very, much anticipated. And I think everybody's a little pumped up. Now, I enjoyed it like a lot. I really, really enjoyed it. It was my return to the theaters after almost 2 years. My return to the theaters after almost 2 years of nothing. So, that pandemic had me like, I'm good. So I'm still saying, I'm good. It's just, I had to see Spider-Man. I purchased like 2 seats because I was like, I don't want nobody sitting next to me. So I went to the AMC. I purchased 2 seats. I purchased my own seat, a seat next to me. I was sitting on the end, so nobody was to the right of me. I purchased a seat to the left of me, so nobody was to the left of me. I sat in the back, so nobody was behind me. So I strategically placed myself where I would feel safe at least. And it worked out for me because the seat next to the seat and next to that seat wasn't occupied. So I think I had 3 seats separating me and the next person next to me. 3 seats. Beautiful. Didn't have to worry about it. Every time somebody coughed, you had to look. Oh, Lord. But I was good. I was in the back. So I really enjoyed the film. Thought it was awesome. It definitely is become my favorite Spider-Man film. Now, it used to be, for me, it used to be Spider-Man 2 from the original trilogy, Sam Raimi films, Spider-Man 2, and then jumped into these MCU ones like No Way Home, or not way, the other one, Far From Home or whatever. But this one has definitely jumped up to the top. This is like my favorite one. So big up to Marvel for doing what they always do, the Marvel way. And then there was DC. Warner Brothers still over there, messing around, bullshitting on the grill, not doing things the right way. And, there you have it. Meanwhile, Marvel's over here making $1 billion. Enough said. If you look at, based on boxofficemojo.com, obviously it's the highest grossing film of this year. It's definitely the highest grossing film, period, during the pandemic. But in the top 1, 2, 3, 4 films, in the top 4 films of the year are Marvel films. That's Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi, and Venom. That's a Sony property. Black Widow, that's an MCU. So the only, out of the 4, the MCU has 3 of the 4 top films, and Venom is a Sony property, but it's not an MCU property, but it's a Marvel. So it's Sony Marvel. It's the same deal. And it's Marvel once again continues to do what they do. Hold up, let me just send my man the link. I thought I did. Yeah, so Marvel continues to do what they do. Meanwhile, people like Scorsese and what's his name, Ridley Scott, and all these dudes, they continue to try to down Marvel, or not down Marvel, period, just superhero films. They despise superhero films. So it is what it is, man. Marvel's just gonna keep rolling. So anyway, also I'm gonna, count down some of my top films of this year that I saw and that I really dug and that I thought were good films for you to maybe go out and take a look, check it out. My top 10 best films, I'll get to that in a minute. There was a lot of films this year, some of them, a couple of disappointments, a couple of really good films that may have flew under the radar. I mean, you may have known, you may not have known. Like I said, there was a couple that I did not get to see in the theater. There was some that was in the theater that I got to see through special means, we'll say. And there you have it, man. So big up to the chat room, man. My man Vulcan is in the building. What's up, man? Appreciate you joining us. Joseph Tanner, of course, always holding down the chat room. I said my man Vulcan is there. Yeah. So yeah, there goes Kev. Let's see if we can get Kev in here. What's up, Kev? Welcome.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, you got an echo, bro.
Do I?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Still
Yeah, I
echoing?
can hear you. Yeah, it's still a little echo.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
Much better? Oh, okay. There you go.
No, a little bit. The echo's back.
Testing.
It must be the room you're in.
No, it's the same room I always do the show with.
Oh, you got another set of headphones or something open over there?
I do not. Is it still echoing?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Chat room, holla at me. Do you hear echo as well? I did not see if anyone. Remember, I don't know where the echo is coming from. Obviously, I can't hear it, but see if I do.
But it's starting to go away now. Whatever you did is it's going away.
Yo.
Yep, it's back again.
Yeah, basically when I speak, it's back again.
Is there something on the board? You got an echo effect on the board? That's what it sounds like.
Let me see. Shouldn't be. Let's bring this down. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, there you go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's better.
A little better. All right.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that was it right there.
Okay. It might have been something on the board. I don't know, man. You the audio guy. Maybe you should have the board. And Ralph's in the building. What's going on, Ralph, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry I'm a little late. I did not know we were even here today.
Oh, what?
What are you talking about?
Ralph, what are you talking about, man? Do you not remember me telling you about our end of the year show?
No, I don't.
You getting old, man. He talked to you the other day. He talked to you right after he talked to me.
Are you Ralph or are you Ralph's clone? Have you been cloned, man? You down with the Illuminati?
No,
they done cloned
no.
you? What's going on, man?
You remember he talked to you? He said we doing the year. We said you're doing the year in review, and you had to get your he wanted you to get your list together.
No.
Yeah. Oh my God, Ralph.
Ain't nobody had a discussion with me.
Because he tried to get all three of us on the phone at the same time, but I don't think he can get on. When he tried to get us all on.
You on your phone, on your cell phone, at home, last Monday. That's too funny. Okay, so Joseph said, I'm sorry, I did not know there was an echo. I said, well, if you didn't hear it, you didn't hear it, but it's gone now, so that's all that matters.
No,
Thanks,
it's not.
anyway.
It's still there, Ralph.
It's still there.
Oh, it's still there? Okay. Yeah, so it's still there. So it's not just me.
It's still there.
Oh. So now you hear an echo.
Mm-hmm.
And what it sounds like, Wes. What it sounds like. It sounds like whatever it is. It's like almost like the sound is condensed. It's almost like a limiter, it's almost like a limiter is on. Okay. You know how when a limiter is set to a certain threshold, then it cuts off. That's what it sounds like. When you stop talking, the echo goes away. But as soon as you start talking, the echo comes back on while you're talking.
Interesting. I'm trying to figure out why is that happening. I don't have nothing on.
Sounds like an echo chamber.
Yeah, see, I told you, it sounds like some kind of effect. That's why I had asked you if maybe you had another mic open in the room or another set of headphones. Oh, can't hear you now.
No, now you on mute.
How about now?
Yep.
Still there?
I can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you.
You hear the echo?
Nope.
Okay. You hear me clear?
Yes.
Yeah. No, you're clear. You were clear before. It just sounded like you. It just sounded like you had a hall or a reverb on.
Okay. Yeah. I got this new board, man. And, I'm still messing around with it, so I might have been acting like I was doing some superhero.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. He was in the room talking about yo.
I was in the room talking about some Kid Capri. Kid Capri. Yeah, man. So anyway,
make some noise. Everybody, build make some noise. Do.
No, you know how you got to do it, Ralph. You know how you got to do it. You got to make some noise.
Yeah.
You got to get the high pitched voice.
For Kid Capri.
For Kid Capri.
High pitched voice. He's a very, very mellow.
Let me clear my throat.
It's funny how he does that on the mic, but when I met him, he's a very, very mellow dude.
Really?
Very like, yeah. I mean, you know, I guess he's screaming all the time on the mic, so he's not real hype and crazy. He's mellow.
So he's mellow. Even when he gonna bust your ass, he's mellow now. don't make me fuck you up in here.
When I met him, we met him at we was doing Block TV and down at South Beach. This was during one of the Super Bowls in Miami. And Kid Capri, he was really he gave us a good drop too, though. He was real calm and mellow. But then when I asked him to do the drop, he didn't do the full Kid Capri. Yeah, he didn't do the full Kid Capri, but he gave us a dope drop. You know what I mean? Some of them, you know, some of these celebrities we used to run into, they give us some real good drops, man. You know. But yeah, that's what's up. So it's the end of the year, as we said at the top of the show. I'm just gonna count down some of the best films that I watched this year. I didn't get a chance to get out to as many as I wanted to. I did watch a lot when they came to streaming. I might have waited and watched them. I also watched some by, we'll just say, special means that I use to see them. And so that's how I got it done. But that's how I came up with my little list. Now I'm gonna say something. Someone in one of the chat rooms or whatever that I usually are in, they were talking about a film, that just made my list. I just saw the film maybe 3 days ago, and I had to change it and add it to my list because I really liked how they did it. And that was the movie Don't Look Up with Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence.
I wanted to see that.
It was an all-star cast. All-star cast. Jennifer Lawrence. It was on Netflix. Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio, Meryl Streep, Kate Blanchett. It was an all-star cast in this film. Tyler Perry made an appearance in it. You had Ariana Grande made a cameo in it. There was another couple other people. Michael Chiklis. There was a lot of people that was in this film.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way they did it because the way they did it was really catered to how people are, you know, today. How this world is today with the internet and how things, you know, how politics, you know, is all the way through the internet and people are so divided and something may happen and half of the population is going to think it's a hoax and the other half of the population is going to be like probably over the top, you know. And it's just like, it's really good because Jennifer Lawrence is this they're both scientists. They're like you know, they study the stars, and she discovers a comet, and then she's like a student, and then she brings it to DiCaprio, and he does all the calculations on the comet, and he finds out that it's heading for Earth. So then he's like, you know, they did the things over and over again. Comet's heading for Earth, and then they go to the White House. What's his face? Jonah Hill is in it too.
Mm-hmm.
He plays such an annoying prick in this movie. He's so good at that. He is so good at that, man. This dude was saying stuff that made me want to smack him. I'm like, yo, I couldn't have been in the same room with this guy. He was so annoying. And he played like the assistant to the president. Like he was like the president's I actually think that was his mother because the president was Meryl Streep. And I don't know if I guess this is a comedy, but it's kind of dark too. Like, it was good though. It was good.
Your audio's cutting out.
Yeah, you having all kinds of audio problems today.
You're real low.
They're real low.
How about now?
Yep.
There you go.
Good. Okay. I'm about to unboard right now. So anyway, good film, very good film. And then someone
It's
asked
funny.
me.
It's funny how they're preparing. It's funny how back in the 90s and in the 80s we had Armageddon. We had the Comet movie, A Deep Impact.
Yeah.
What else did we have? We had Independence Day, but that don't count because that was aliens. And it's funny how they prepare humanity for stuff by using movies. They prepare humanity for a black president by using the Allstate guy, and then we get Barack Obama.
We got Morgan Freeman too. Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we got Morgan Freeman, the two most polite. And who else that played a black president? Those were the two that played it the most. Him and Morgan Freeman, I guess.
Yeah.
So they prepared us for that with that. Oh, and Jamie Foxx played. Didn't Jamie Foxx play a black president?
Yeah, but that was in White House Down.
That was post Obama though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that was post Obama. So that kind of prepared us for a black president. And now in the news, behind the scenes, it ain't really in the forefront, but it's been there for the last 2 years. They've been talking about asteroids and how they've been setting up a defense program, and especially over the last 6 months, they've been talking about setting up a defense program.
Yeah, they mentioned that. They mentioned that in this. They mentioned that in this film because they was like, they had like the guy who was like the head of it, and he was like, "Yes, it's real. It exists." And they was like that. So what the film really explores is not just about a comet coming. What it explores is how does the world and especially America take type news like that? Because Jennifer Lawrence's character was kind of really overwhelmed and she ends up accidentally leaking it. And then she gets immediately arrested by the FBI. And then, but half the world, when it got to social media, half the world thought it was a hoax, and the other half, of the people, people were starting to loot and riot and stuff like that. And then the fact that the White House really didn't do nothing, like, it was so weird. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell the whole movie, but you just got to really see how it just shows how politics is.
It sounds like they basically took the components of the last 6 years, particularly of the Trump era, and
they took a lot of components of how America has been definitely the last like 6 years or so, and how they divided, and then really just kind of not per se shined. They kind of crapped on politics, period, not any particular party, just straight up how everything is about the vote. That's all they cared about. So like Meryl Streep's character was like, midterms are coming up, so we're gonna have to put this on hold. They're like, put on hold. Wait a minute. I just told you that we got 6 months to live.
An extinction level event.
Right.
You're talking about we got to put it on
event. Yeah. So, and you talk about putting on hold to the midterms. There won't be a midterms. There won't be a planet.
Dummy.
So, yeah,
but
you
again,
gotta watch
but
it,
you notice again,
very nicely. It's very done. It's done very well.
It seemed looking at some of the Netflix when it comes on and they give you like a preview.
Yeah.
Looking at some of the previews, it does look like it's done pretty well.
It was done well.
I'm looking forward to watching it, but I was watching so much stuff, and then I actually trying to watch that. I ended up watching Knight Rider.
That's funny.
I'm watching like 8 episodes of Knight Rider, so I got to go back to it and try to watch it again. But you notice again, they're injecting another woman president, and look at the face that they're using. Mm-hmm. Every time they use. Look at the last, I don't know, 10 movies that had a woman president or TV shows that have a woman president. They all kind of look the same. They all match Meryl Streep, but now you got Meryl Streep.
Yep.
So see where they're messing up at? And see what they need to do is they need to put a brown woman president on TV. And then it will reflect what it's supposed to. And that'll let you know. Mm-hmm.
That'll probably be next. I mean, so yeah, that's pretty much. But that's one film that I really I had to put that on my list. I really enjoyed that film. I thought it was done well, and it was done in a way where you have to really watch it and understand what they're trying to say in this movie. And that's and it kind of reveals itself midway through the movie what they're really trying to say in this movie. So that's and I think that's why it's star-studded, because I think this is a message that a lot of these actors was on board with, and I think that's why it was so star-studded.
Well, but see, the problem with a film like this is only smart liberals are going to watch it and get it.
No,
conservatives are going to turn their noses up to it a little bit.
No, they may turn their nose up to it, but they'll definitely understand it. They're gonna know it. They're gonna say it's some sort of conspiracy or liberal agenda. I don't think
you said it. So when it happens. What's
said it? Yeah,
the liberal agenda.
Don't be surprised.
Yeah, but just watch it for what it is. I know I still have my conservative friends that they still appreciate a good film. So just watch it for what it is,
even if it is a liberal agenda.
Yeah, right. So topic. Okay, so basically, I started before you guys joined on. For the year, obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home was the biggest draw of the year. It crossed the Billy mark.
Marty!
Yeah,
Steven!
Marty. And what's the other one's name?
Mr. Nolan. And I love you, Nolan. But guess who saved the movies? Guess who saved the movies?
It wasn't you.
Peter Parker saved the movie, and then guess what? Nobody can remember who he is.
Yeah, he came in, saved the movies, and we can't even remember. So that's what. So No Way Home by far not only is the biggest film during this pandemic. It bought it really bought those. It did regular Marvel MCU numbers during the pandemic. Anywhere over, and regular MCU numbers is anything over half a billion to $1 billion. So that's regular MCU numbers, and it is
not Black Panther by its spot.
Yeah, and it's really, and it did it inside of it's not even been out a month. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Only 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks.
Only 2
the
weeks.
Fastest movie to do it. The fastest movie to do it was Endgame. Endgame did $1 billion a week.
Yeah.
Spider-Man did it in 10 days.
So out of the 2021 box office, domestic box office, obviously Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi. The funny thing is the top 5, 4 of them are are Marvel films. And 3 of the 4 of the Marvel films are MCU films. So you got Spider-Man No Way Home, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Then you got Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Then you got Black Widow. And then you got and number 5 is Fast 9, the Fast 9 saga or whatever. But then right behind them, surprisingly, is Eternals. So they
He was the most boringest movie on the planet.
Yeah, because it certainly is, man.
And it's still, and that even beat Bond. That even beat Bond in the box office.
Even with word of mouth of it being the most boringest film on the planet, it's still beat out Bond. It's crazy.
Well,
it's crazy.
Says that I just saw Spider-Man last week. I liked it. Oh yeah, I mean Spider-Man: No Way Home. It's funny because we haven't been on air since that film's come out, and we had so much to say about it. But
it's a gimmick. I'm just gonna get on the hate trade now. It's a gimmick.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It's a gimmick.
Yeah, that's what they all say. That's what Scorsese, Ridley Scott, and all of them are saying.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. It's a gimmick because they had to bring back the other two Spider-Mans to get this one right. Yeah. So I'm saying,
stop it! No, they did not. They did not. Oh my! You know what? I'm hanging up.
On my troll thing. But I'm gonna ask a legitimate question. Both of you. I think we all sit there and say that when you had these film series and they make the third movie usually is like good but not awesome. Is this the best third movie that's been made for any series?
Oh damn, Ralph!
That's a great question. Is this just so everyone understands what he said? Just to repeat what he said, Ralph's question is: this is part of a trilogy, right?
Part of a trilogy.
So Ralph's question is this the best third edition of third installment? Yeah, third installment in a trilogy of any trilogy. That's a good question, Ralph. That's a great question.
You know what? And I know it's too early to say this, but I almost want to say yes. And if it's not a strong yes, it's definitely if there is a top 5, this is number 2.
It's in there. I'm going right off the top of my head. I'm pulling out Rocky 3 is up there.
Yep.
But even though Rocky 3 was a trilogy, but it was the third installment of a
installment of the series, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a trilogy.
That's why I use the word installment instead of trilogy.
Yeah. Rocky 3 comes to mind.
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi comes to mind.
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Return of the King. That I can't really think of nothing else after that.
Halloween 3: Season of the Witch.
Oh God! Now you trolling. That was God.
I might go with Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Isn't number 3 Dream Warriors?
That was Dream Warriors. That one.
Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
I might go
Dream
with.
Warriors was good.
Put that.
Yeah, you might be able to go with that. And so was. I can even pull out Friday the 13th Part 3. That was the one in 3D. That might have been the best one. That might have been the best installment.
No. Number 2 is the best out of that series.
No,
I like that one.
Number 4.
Oh yeah, Ralph. Yeah, Ralph. You're right. You're right.
I'll argue 3 because of the 3D was crazy. I don't care that. I still cringe when he shoots that harpoon. Everybody in the theater, everybody in the theater was ducking. They pulled their 3D glasses off when he shot that harpoon at the screen. At the game. Everybody was like, whoa.
But if we're talking like trilogies, then where do we put Skyfall? Because I gotta put it kind of high.
No, but I didn't like
put Skyfall real high.
Yeah, but I didn't like Sky. I thought was it Skyfall? Which one was the one with what's his face? God damn it, what's his name as the villain? Because Skyfall was the one before this last.
Christopher, right? Christopher.
Yeah, Christopher. God damn it!
Guy from
that's Spectre.
From Glorious Bastards.
Yeah,
him.
That's Spectre.
That's Spectre.
Oh, that's Spectre. Okay.
No, Skyfall is the one where Bond. No, spoiler alert for everybody that wants it. Skyfall is the one with Bond, where everybody thinks that Bond died and he comes back.
Well, that's the fourth, but But that's the fourth film.
That's the third one. No, that's the third
No, that's the fourth. No, that's the fourth.
That's the third one.
Because it was Casino Royale. No, it's Casino Royale. Then it's
then Quantum of Solace.
Quantum of Solace. And then what's the next one?
Skyfall.
Then the Spectre. And then the Skyfall, right?
No, Spectre is after Skyfall.
Was it?
But I'm putting
Well, yeah, okay, if you want to use Skyfall. But yeah, that's Ralph. I think it's it's up there. It's definitely up there.
Skyfall was a good one, but I just for some reason I keep thinking that Skyfall was after Spectre.
Well, so there you go. Also, throughout the year, we had some pretty cool highlights. I'll probably play some clips from some of the highlights from shows that we had.
Shh, don't say that. Just do it. Don't say it. Just do it. The algorithm is listening.
Hey, it's our algorithm. We shouldn't get in trouble for that.
The algorithm is listening.
Wow.
He said, "Don't say it. Just do it.
Just do it. Just bring it on their ass. Let them come back later."
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Right before we go into our actual countdowns and our movies and honorable mentions and things like that. Let's see. Oh wait, let's see what.
And did we do? And one question I want to ask you, Wes. Are we doing a separate countdown for the Marvel films and television shows?
Well, we could because they got so many. I mean, I was just going to really say
because they actually have 11.
The streaming service of the year was Disney Plus this time.
Plus, listen, between them and actually.
But they all got busy though. Netflix got busy too. So anyway, Vulcan says the only thing I didn't like about Spider-Man is how stupid Peter was in the beginning. The whole situation was basically his fault. Yeah, I got you. I can understand that. It is his fault. But let's also remember that he's still kind of like a kid. Because remember, he lost 5 years of his life.
He's still goofy.
That's the exact. Thank you, Ralph.
Goofy.
He's still goofy.
Best word to call it. He's a goofy motherfucker.
He's a goofy kid. So
he's a goofy kid. He's still a teenager.
He's still even at heart. He's kind of still like a teenager because of this movie had to make him a man.
Yeah, getting his ass beat. The ass whoopings is what made him a man.
Well, that
they beat him.
Losing people, losing important people, and stuff like that. And he made the adult decision by the end of the film. And had
losing what people? Losing what important people?
No.
you mean I May? Oops.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Because if you ain't seen it by now,
it's only been out 2 weeks, bro. Not even.
No.
Listen, it made a Billy. You know what? The only excuse I'll give anybody for not seeing this yet is that you could not get a ticket. And you know what? And I just want to mention one thing on this, and then I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. I don't believe the numbers about Spider-Man No Way Home having a 65% drop in its second week. I don't believe that. Looking at because every weekend every day I've been pretty much looking at the schedule, at the movie listings specifically for AMC and for Regal, and these theaters have damn near been packed every day. So I honestly do not believe a 65% drop. I think there's some shenanigans going on there with that number. Because there's no way. How do you make a Billy? How do you make a Billy in 10 days, but yet you have a 65% drop?
Yeah, I don't know, but
one, you're only looking at the major area like New York City. If you go somewhere in Dubuque, Iowa, maybe they only playing it one time a day because of the pandemic. So those kind of things you gotta factor in. A lot of places may have closed early for Friday because it was Christmas Eve. May not have been open at all on Saturday because it was Christmas Day. So you got to take those
What
little
theaters
factors into consideration that might.
theaters are closed on Christmas Day? You got to be like, it's
some
got to
places
be
are
like,
closed on Christmas Day.
it's got to be some. It's got to be some theaters and some West, because let me tell you something. If there's Jewish, and this is, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
What was that?
I was queuing up my thing while you were talking.
Oh, oh! I thought somebody mama came in and said, "Shut up."
Mom, on the
air. What's the call it? Get out of my room, Ma. This is my house.
It's my house, boy. When you gonna start making some money from that show?
Listen. Is it a hobby? If you ain't get paid for it, it's just a hobby. And cut a damn noise down. You're talking too loud. What was I gonna say? But if it's like, well, Ralph said some theaters are probably closed. But like, if there's, depending on how much of a Jewish population there is in the area, movie theaters gonna be open because Jewish people don't celebrate Christmas, and on Christmas Eve, especially on Christmas Eve, a lot of Jewish people go to the movies on Christmas Eve and buy Chinese food. I'm not even making a stereotype. Like, that's a real thing.
No, you're real. I went to the movie Saturday. My theater was open on Saturday, and I come out of it, and now the whole strip mall is closed except for the Chinese restaurant. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And people were going there to go eat. I mean, everybody doesn't believe in Christmas. Everybody don't have a family. I mean, I get that. You know,
listen, that used to be me. My daughter used to go to Vegas. My daughter would go to Vegas for Christmas. I'd be by myself. I'd be right out there with the Jewish people eating Chinese food and watching a movie.
So I mean, I'm sure that, you know, when your movie making that kind of money, you're not going to over exaggerate a drop off at the box office. I mean, but realistically speaking, that's somewhat kind of normal when your movie open that big. You got at least a 50% drop off. So I said if it dropped off 90%, I'm saying wait a minute now, something really wrong with that. If it was 90%, something really wrong with that picture.
Yeah, well,
you know?
obviously.
But 65, okay.
Well, we'll see.
Okay,
but the bottom line is
everybody wants to go see it the first
billion. They made their billion, and you know it is what it is. So
can it make two? Can it make two?
Possible. If it made $1 billion in a week, it's very possible it can make that.
It's gonna come damn close to two.
Yeah, I think close. So. It's a little over $1 billion now, but
because
it's only been a week,
it doesn't have any kind of though. I think I was talking to someone about this. The only thing I see stopping it for even being number one is 2 weeks when Scream come out. Beyond that, there ain't nothing stopping it for the next 2 weeks.
Shit, that ain't even gonna do nothing.
That 354 movie that might come out. No, I think a lot of people going. But see, even though I don't think a whole bunch of people going to see Scream the level they see Spider-Man, but I think by then it's a movie that's 4 weeks, and now you're saying I need to see something new.
Yeah. I agree with that.
It might even benefit because of that. So some of the highlights that we did this year, we one of the highlights of the year, we did a couple, obviously. Top of the year, we did how to film sex scenes and stuff like that. We did another one where we came around. We did 2 of those this year. I think we did one like early in the year. Then we came back and did a part 2. I'm just going to show a couple of clips from the part 2 where we came back around and had some actors. When we do, obviously throughout the year, throughout the shows, we have situations where we could kind of have topics that you just want to talk about. If you're filming, you know, how to film sex scenes, or if we're going to get an actor and get their emotions on it. How did they feel? So these 3 actors that we had on that week, they all they talking about the first time that they ever shot a sex scene. So here's some highlights from that week. We had actress Alice Reyes. We had Lex Calderon and Megan Hernandez, all actresses, independent actresses doing a thing. I've worked with all of them, and actually I'm the one who was there first that they've ever shot a sex scene with. So here's a little highlight from that if I could bring that up again. That was what you thought you heard somebody's mama, Kev.
I was auditioning for Yoshi actually, and it said right there like there was a semi-nudity or something like that, and I remember that I was like, no, I'm not going. And I was with one of my best friends, and he looked at me and is like, let's look at you. Do you really think that you're gonna be in TV or film and you're not gonna have a sex scene to do? And I was like, bitch.
Damn.
So that changed my mind. So I went to the audition, and then when everything happened, I remember you called me to talk about Adriana, and you talked about the scene when we discussed the character, and I was super scared. And then we talked when we were already shooting. The day before shooting was one of the most scary things before shooting anything. Like I didn't know if I was gonna panic on set. I don't know. But even though we try to choreograph it a little bit, it all depends on you guys and the editing and the where you're gonna be, what are you gonna see, what are you gonna show. So for us, it's super scary. And for me, I was like flipping the F out because but I trusted you. I actually think I went to you and I for real, and I told you that I was scared. And I remember the first thing you said is, I got you. You don't worry about that. This scene is supposed to be artistic and nothing other than that.
So in the beginning, I was so when I get nervous, I get very giggly. So I was giggling a lot because I guess kind of like a schoolgirl. I don't know. I just get really giggly. So he would be like, okay, now bend down here, and I would just start laughing because I was so nervous. And then the more that I realized that it's so technical, and we weren't even naked at all. So I really felt comfortable. And then everybody around me, even though I was kind of giggly, everyone around me was so professional about it. So it allowed me to kind of relax a lot into it. And then once you finally relax, it's I love to play. As an actor, it's a mind thing for me. I like to play. I like to try this. I like to try that. I like to really get into it. It's fun for me. So it was it got to a certain point where it was oh, that's what this is. Oh, I can do that. And then I was able to play my character and do certain things that I really felt made the moment what it was. So it was a lot of
I was nervous. Of course I was nervous because I didn't really know Stuart so much.
Right. That's the actor that was, played the opposite. Yeah.
But I like how Lexi was so comfortable on set, just with everybody, the whole crew, the whole cast. And it was also a closed off set. It was just me, you, Trouble, and Stuart. So it was.
And Will, I think Will was in and out.
Will was
that was pretty much Will was there. That's the he was doing he's the gaffer. He was doing helping with the lighting.
But it was so closed off and so professional that it was I didn't really feel nervous or I had something to worry about. It wasn't I knew I felt safe, I was safe. It wasn't a sketchy situation. So
so that was some highlights from that. I guess the moral of that story was the key to shooting sex scenes is professionalism. That's the first thing you need to have when you're shooting a sex scene. And understanding. I like the part where Alice points out, at least her friend pointed out to her. And it like I said, every actor takes things the way they want to. But, her friend pointed out to her, hey, you in this business. You don't think you're going to come across a role where you may have to do a sex scene? It kept it raw with her. Even though she got mad about it, she knew it was the truth. She was like, "Oh man," But bottom line is, you gotta be professional about it. Keep the set closed. No creepy grips. you know, stuff like that. Creepy grip in the background, like, yeah, you are. You know, stuff like that. Or, yeah, oh, that's what she said. You know, doing all cracking all of those creepy jokes while you're in there. So that was a cool episode. It got a lot of views. A lot of people was really. I mean, the first time around, we got a lot of views too. With the first batch of actors, we had the ones with. It was had like my boy. Did Rayon come on that one? No, I don't think so. That was Michael Majuri, a couple other people. But yeah. So I'll play some more clips in a little bit. But anyhow, that was one good highlight of the year. I do have one that we did with the stunt players, which I'll play that in a little bit. I won't play it right this moment. So, in the meantime,
shout out to Alice.
Shout out to Alice. Oh, and you know Alice,
West Side Story. That's
yes,
a big.
You can see her.
Big deal.
You can catch Alice, even though she, you know, she'll be modest about it, like, oh, it's real quick. But I guess it's the gym scene, or like they're all in the gym, like dancing, like a dance sequence.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, so that's what's up.
That
Check
is
her
a
out.
huge fucking deal. Oops, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that is a huge deal, man. Big deal.
That's a big deal. West Side Story. She was down with, obviously, with the Sharks, the Lady Sharks, or whatever you.
Lady shark, 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 shark,
All right,
lady shark, 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 lady shark, 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 lady shark.
Please,
Yeah,
I don't hear.
really
I hear that too
out.
much. That's how you know you either a father or a grandfather. If you know that, if you know baby shark. Yeah, I hear a lot of that with my kid, man. She loves that. But anyway, yeah. So that's highlight. Obviously, some of the highlights of this year. What do you think was one of the biggest stories of the year? Probably there was 3 that comes to mind for me. Obviously, the most recent, which is the Rust shooting on set. Big story, probably the biggest because of the fatality of it. I'm also gonna say the Disney. Oh, I lost my thing there. My light. The Disney film. Not Disney film. The Disney lawsuit with ScarJo. That was a pretty big story because any story that we had to revisit like week after week because something else was unfolding behind it. That one was a pretty big one. And honestly, I got to say the Snyder cut. That was a big story. It was a highly anticipated.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Joss Whedon stuff that went on.
That's all. That whole thing is tied together to it.
Yeah, that's true. It's all kind of tied together anyway. But
it's one big crap bowl.
Yeah, crap show. Yeah, it was really. It was. That was.
It's so incredible. I was talking to a guy, to a new guy at our office, and for whatever reason, he didn't realize all the stuff that went on behind the scenes with because he was talking about something, and I was like, well, I'm like, yeah, the Snyder cut wouldn't have had to happen. Oh, that's what I was explaining to him. If it hadn't been for AT&T, we wouldn't have got a Snyder cut. He was like, what do you mean? And then I had to briefly explain to him, like, I had to give him a quick notes.
You watching Real Talk every Monday.
Well, I did too. I did that too.
Watching Real Talk every Monday. You know what was going on.
Well, he was new to the company, so he wouldn't even have known that we were on air. Yeah, and he's Asian, so he wouldn't even have known to even check for us. But he knows now because as soon as he went home that night, he went and started listening to past episodes.
Okay.
But yeah. So I had to kind of explain to him like, yo, quite honestly, like, AT&T kind of saved the day. Like, and we need for somebody like AT&T to come and buy DC. Like I wouldn't even be mad if Disney could get away with buying DC Comics. Listen, I am all for it.
I mean, that would be great. They're not going to do it, but that would be so. They're not going to do it, but that would be great.
Could you imagine the possibilities if they did, though? Not just how good the stories would be from the DC side, but then you have the crossovers.
Right. I mean, that would be crazy. My only gripe with that would be that we all know that if Disney took over DC would lose its grittiness. It would lose a little bit of its grittiness. Yeah. Not all of it, but a little bit of it. That's my.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they would. I think they would do like what they're planning on doing with the other stuff, like making a either the stuff will get sent to Hulu, or it's going to be on that whenever they decide to release. I don't even know when they're going to do it, or if it's still just hypothetical.
I'm saying we're not even sure if they're even still going to do that. That's why I'm saying with the 18 plus and stuff like that. I'm not sure.
Well, they briefly did it. They briefly did it with Hellstrom. They did it with Hellstrom, and they did it with MODOK. They released Hellstrom and MODOK.
If they're already talking, if they're saying things like Blade is going to be, or not Blade, they were saying that. Deadpool,
Blade.
They were saying that Deadpool was going to be the only like R-rated, that they're going to keep R-rated or something like that. And if that's the case, then I think it would lose a little bit of its grittiness, and that wouldn't be a good thing. But same reason why John Bernthal even he said, like he didn't say that he had concerns, but he voiced his concern because he really cares about that character, the Punisher, and he even voiced his concerns about you can't water down the Punisher if you're going to bring it over to the MCU. Especially if you're going to try to bring it over to Disney Plus.
Well, listen, it's always been rated R. Like I think, except for the one time, was Thomas Jane's Punisher. Was that rated R? Was that PG-13?
Yeah, rated R.
That was rated R, right?
But none of that stuff came under the MCU, and none of that stuff came under Disney's brand. That's what I'm saying. All of that stuff was Marvel stuff outside of Disney. Yeah. So. Those were always, we know that they were always.
But I think
one of the X-Men was rated R one time, wasn't it? Was one of the X-Men?
No, it was PG-13 probably.
We know that most of those.
Unless you want to say Logan, because Logan is R.
Logan.
Yeah, Logan was rated R. Yeah,
Logan was rated R, which it should have been. Which it should have been, but That's the one thing.
I think they're going to do it because they have
with Disney. That's the one thing that always concerned. And they say, Deadpool. Let's see what they do with Deadpool. Let's see.
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they're going to do it, because they tried that thing with the Deadpool and Homeboy from Wonder Years, and it was trash. It was funny what they did with having him in the commentaries between him and the dude from Wonder Years, but it was trash. It was straight trash. Like, and it was unnecessary. Like they had to cut the movie up so much that it didn't. It took the feel out of the movie. The movie itself was okay to watch, but because you already saw, you know what? I think it would be different if we hadn't seen the rated R version already. And then to have to come back for Christmas to watch that version. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the, that's kind of like it's like a failed test. There's like it's like giving a kid chocolate and then turning around and giving them cauliflower and trying to tell them it's chocolate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because they both start with a C.
Nah, it's more like telling you it's chocolate. Now I'm gonna tell you what it's like. It's like me telling you, here's a piece of chocolate, and you go bite into it, and it turns out it's this baker's chocolate. Like, yo, what the hell? That's what.
Okay, you know what? I'll as a baker, I understand that reference. I understand that reference, and I get. I almost was going to argue on it, but no, you're right, because Baker's chocolate has no real flavor to it.
No sugar, nothing. It's like eating dirt, and that's what they gave us with that Once Upon a Deadpool. It was dirt. It was garbage.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So I mean, it was crap. It was crap. So anyway, but that whole thing, I would think. So what I like to do now is, do you guys have? Let's talk about some of the best and worst of the year, film wise. Let's talk about what we here to talk about, right? Films. So, there was a couple of films that it was just so bad, but
let's start with the Matrix.
I haven't seen it, but I'm already of the opinion that it didn't need to be made. I'm already of the opinion it didn't need to be made.
Well, listen. You're of the right opinion. It was an unnecessary movie that went back to the first movie, and it just basically reiterated what the first movie was talking about. It's all about love. I mean, it's all about the power of love and the power of three. I mean,
power of three.
I mean, yeah, the power of exactly, Ralph. Exactly, because because the lady who originally, I keep forgetting the sister's name, and I need to commit her name to the memory. But the sister who originally wrote this script, that's what this script was about.
Yeah.
This is why every movie after that, even though they were good, they didn't tie together, and they didn't make sense, because even the Wachowskis, and I think Lana didn't get it until this movie, because this movie's it was like she was doing the first movie over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought that was I didn't like. Yeah, I thought that was like.
And she didn't even want to do the movie. That was the other thing. She kept looking for excuses during shooting to stop the film. Why even start it?
Yeah,
shouldn't have made it. Sorry. I'm gonna go with like the movie I saw on Saturday, American Underdog. Look, I'm a huge football fan, but that movie is not garbage. But, and it is a but this time, but it could have been a good Lifetime movie. If it was on Lifetime, yeah, it was worth looking at. On the big screen, no. I'm sorry,
I'm not saying nothing about Lifetime, because I am privileged enough to not have any access to Lifetime, because Lifetime is a fucking, excuse my language, black hole. You turn on Lifetime at any time of the year. You turn on Lifetime. If you turn on Lifetime late on a Friday night, I guarantee you when you wake up it's Monday morning and you're still watching Lifetime. Wow. Because you get sucked into the black hole.
I can't. I don't like Lifetime movies, man. I mean, yeah, the ones that are like their original movies that might be about something or some sort of
those movies are good. I'm not talking about the Whitney Houston. I'm not talking about those movies. Not those. Their straight scripted stuff is they've had like I said, I've gotten sucked into the black hole of Lifetimes a couple of times, and it's been a whole weekend of just good movies. And sometimes I even need a box of Kleenex because they had me in my feelings.
Yeah, I guess
this man some tissue.
So here's my tissues.
Yes, and I cried during Far From Home too. I cried a lot during Far From Home. God damn it!
I was in my feelings with Far From Home. That was something. Right,
God damn, Andrew Garfield had me in there like. You didn't what?
I didn't see it, so.
You didn't what? No. Why are you even on the phone?
Oh, Far From Home. Oh. No. I mean, the way you were saying it, you talking about Lifetime. I think this was some sort of Lifetime movie called Far From Home.
No.
No.
That's what I was saying.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yo, Ralph, you're hilarious.
This was one of the worst movies. This was one of the worst movies I'm sharing right now. This is one of the worst movies of the year for me. The Mortal Kombat movie was garbage.
I'm not even talking about that.
That movie was trash. It was because I was gonna have most disappointed and then worse. This kind of falls for both for me. But I have one other film for me which was the most disappointing film of the year. But this film was garbage. Mortal Kombat, and it was very disappointing as well.
I'm going to go with that one. It's disappointing because it certainly does live up to the video game. However, there's some things where I'm like, come on. The one dude also he's got this superhero suit on with armbands. I'm like, no.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. What year are we in? What century? What decade are we in?
Exactly.
Why is it that we're still looking at Mortal Kombat that came out of the freaking 90s? There's no reason why Mortal Kombat should still look like it's coming out of like somebody with their camcorder in their backyard filming in 24p with some good light. Sometimes good light. It makes absolutely no sense that we're in 2020 and we could with 2021. Well, they probably filmed it in 2020, so or whenever they filmed it. But we couldn't get
a better film.
I will say
that it makes no sense. There's no reason why any movie that's made from a video game that should automatically be good.
The only good thing about that movie that I really like is how bad they made Sub-Zero. I thought Sub-Zero was badass. I mean, when he put the dagger and then he froze the guy's blood.
Frozen,
I was like, damn, they made him badass.
Yeah, they made him
badass. Everybody else in the movie,
he was vicious. Yeah. Now he was
the boss. He was the boss.
The only film for me that was more disappointing than that. Let me see if I can bring it up here.
Well, shit, I'll bring it up for you. The Grudge. Why?
Oh, well, I mean that was disappointing too, I suppose. But,
why? I want to know why. I want my $1.88 back. Because I don't understand. You damn right. I want my $1.88. I want another free movie. Because crap.
Did you say $1.88?
Yeah, that's how.
I was more nervous.
Oh, sorry. Hit that again.
yeah. Each I get 3 movies a week from my Stubbs Awards, and the price went up a little bit. But when I first became a member, that's what I calculated it to. It came out to be like $1.88 a movie.
Wow.
For the $24 or whatever it is a month for 3 movies a week, 3 free movies a week, and that's not including if it's in IMAX. Or if it's in the Dolby thing over on 42nd Street, that big ass room at the AMC on 42nd Street, which that thing is like almost $25 to go see a movie in, and it's $1.88 for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here if I can share this. If it is share,
see, there you go, telling again. We prepared to cut off the air. Just the goddamn algorithm is listening. You still talking about you still telling. Yeah, we're about to show Professor Xavier.
I'll get back to it, but I'll get back to it. But I don't know. I'm having some trouble here showing it.
Yeah, exactly. There's the algorithm. You can't even let you load that shit up. So y'all gonna leave the algorithm alone.
Y'all gonna learn. You gonna learn today.
Keep messing with the algorithm.
Messing with the Matrix. That's why the last one sucked. Y'all keep messing with it. Keep messing with the Matrix. Leave the Matrix alone.
Leave the Matrix alone, man.
The Matrix is talking to you. Y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to listen. They keep talking to you, saying, "Leave us alone."
Morpheus is out here telling Wes, "Blue pill, blue pill, blue pill." And Wes is like, "Nah, I need the red one. Let me get the red one.
I need the red pill.
Get in the red one."
But the red one will drag your show down.
What was with that too, man? With I mean, the whole Morpheus thing. I mean, now granted, my man, I like him, man. He's a good actor. He always does his thing.
But
that's the one thing I will say that I did like about this film, because it kind of sort of made sense that Morpheus would have been an agent that was converted. And I like the fact, and I wish I almost wish they would have did that in the first one, but I kind of like the fact that they saved it for this one, because now it perfectly makes sense, because it does two things. One, it's the ability they figured out a way of how we bring Morpheus back. Oh, true. We make him as an agent. So was he always an agent? Or did they actually they stuck him as an agent to separate the three of them, because as long as you kept the three of them separated, that kept the whole dynamic of
the power of three.
Io. Exactly. Once again, the power of three. So that means Io, aka Zion, or aka New Zion. Spoilers.
Yeah.
So that part I did like. I did like the fact that they made spoilers. Sorry, people, spoilers. That they made that they made Morpheus out to be an agent, and I love that his conversion was quick. Like he said, like I noticed, nobody never came in here, and then I found all the doors, and that's when he got awoken. He woke up. So I like that. I like the fact that they kept that
red pill thing too.
Yeah.
Quick. Yeah, and that's a good point, Kev. That's a good point
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna see it on Friday.
The only thing that was whack was how they did like again, it's 2020. That slow-mo blurred vision drunky shit that they was doing with when they took the pill was unnecessary.
Yeah.
They could have just did like they did with they could have just did what they did with the first one, and did some kind of graphic or something crazy like how they did with Neo in the mirror, or they could have did something different this time. But that was kind of like a tribute or a throwback to what they did before. Right now, just out of sheer laziness, you give us this staggered, drunken, tilted camera, shaky cam. I don't even know what to call it.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's because they gave all the money for the Matrix over to Snyder for the Snyder cut. So the way he couldn't afford it.
You stupid!
Yo,
now the watch out, so we got we gotta go back and do what we did before. Snyder.
Yo, that's funny. But you know what? You might have a point.
You may have a point.
You might have a point.
They would have gave them all the money.
You may have a point there, bro.
I got one. I got one that I was disappointed with. In the movie, I thought I was really gonna like. House of Gucci. Yeah. I liked it up until the last minute. I'm sorry. Okay. By now, everybody knows, because this is not something that's old. This is an old event. The House of Gucci. About the murder of the Gucci by the hit put out by his wife. But you did a movie about this thing. You show the hit. You show her coming back into the house. The next thing you go to her getting sentenced. How she get caught? What? No, you just like skipped over this big piece of the puzzle. Like you go right from I killed them to now I'm going to jail. What about the in between? I thought the movie was awesome. I thought the movie was good. Adam Driver, listen, bro.
That dude can act.
Why every movie? But yes, he can act. But why every movie you're in, you always gotta act so damn stiff? Loosen up a little bit. Smoke a blunt. Drink a drink. Like, come on, loosen it up a little bit. Like,
but you notice he does. I didn't see House of Gucci, but you notice he does loosen up after a while, depending on what his character is. Like with the Star Wars movies. Once he started moving over to I like to call it the middle of the Force, where they were both being good and evil. He balanced out a little bit more, but when he was conflicted, he was like you said, he was stiff.
Yeah,
Up
I thought he
until
was pretty good in Black Klansman. I thought he was good.
Oh, I
But
loved him in Black Klansman. Yeah,
like
he was good in Black
Story,
Klansman too.
Marriage Story,
Yeah.
he was kind of stiff. I didn't see The Last Duel, but from piece I seen, he was kind of stiff. Like, come on, Adam, loosen up a little bit. You was a Marine.
I don't think he was that stiff in The Last Duel, though. He wasn't that stiff in The Last Duel.
Well,
He was kind of...
as you can see, I was just sharing it.
Hey, I like Snake Eyes.
No, Snake Eyes was very, very disappointing to me.
I thought Snake Eyes.
Let me set you up. First of all, let me set all this up. All right, you are looking at. I was part of G.I. Joe, and you can't tell me no different.
Oh boy, okay? Here we go.
I was part of G.I. Joe. All right,
like his man talking like he was in the room with Hasbro. Like, Kung Fu Grip.
I was right.
Yeah, you go back. You go all the way back with Kung Fu Grip, don't you?
I was right in there with G.I. Joe, man. I was right in the room. Let me tell you, G.I. Joe was so important to me as a child. I had over 100 G.I. Joe action figures.
Go. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, just get to the point. God damn it! Here goes the fanboy in them. Here goes the fanboy.
I'm sorry.
His heart is broken. His feelings is hurt.
When you get to Snake Eyes is the most. He's the most popular member of G.I. Joe. He is the Wolverine of G.I. Joe. Wolverine is the most popular X-Men. He is, who else is the most popular in a team that you know that you just have to have a man? Because, like I said, I think Wolverine's the best comparison. Wolverine, who's not even the original X-Men, but you have to put him in the movie because he's so popular. All right. He's Batman of the Justice League. You know what I mean? You can't have a Justice League film and not have Batman in it. So, Snake Eyes. This movie, oh my God, this movie was so disappointing. The action was lackluster. The fighting was
I'm putting myself on mute. I'm putting myself on mute. Dude, I'm just gonna let him. I'm just gonna let him fanboy out.
What fight scene in that film was memorable?
I'm on mute. I don't know. I can't answer.
All
I'm
of
on mute.
No, they were not. They were not.
Let me tell you something, man. Those
what do they stand up against? What do those fight scenes stand up against in any movie? Any other movie? Can you put what?
I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to ask that question, the only thing that really comes to my mind is the cinematic series Warrior. That's exactly in Warrior. They're not playing. They were not playing around at all.
No way. I don't know what movie you was watching, bro. I was sitting here watching this movie. First of all, okay, let's not even talk about the fight scenes. Let's talk about the fact that you have this supposedly origin story of Snake Eyes, right? Okay, fine. So you got the actor there, and Snake Eyes. He's talking. I guess we all know from the origin of Snake Eyes. Well, G.I. Joe fans, G.I. Joe whatever aficionados, what you would call them, they know that Snake Eyes used to talk, right? And then there was a part of his history is. There came to a part where he took an oath of silence to never talk again. Right? You are now doing the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie. We don't know if there's going to be any more G.I. Joe movies or not. You're doing it this many years after the other G.I. Joe movies that kind of flopped, anyway, especially the second one, right?
The second one was good, though.
Whether it's good or not, I'm just saying it didn't really, I like the second one, because I like The Rock. So, anyway, how can you not show us when and why he stopped talking? This nigga was talking all the way to the end of the credits. I was like, yo, when is he gonna not talk? Like, when's he gonna take his oath of silence? And it never happened.
Well, maybe whatever caused the oath of silence just hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened yet. What are you talking about? Like it's the end. It was the end of the movie. Storm Shadow has now went to the other side. When is he gonna take his oath of silence?
Well, but he hasn't come back from the other side yet. He's still
He
with
ain't
the
coming
bad
back from
guy.
the other side. Storm Shadow.
And theoretically, he did take his oath of silence. He did. It was called the end credits. It's called the end credits. Shut up. Now, if he kept talking over the end credits, you might have a different point. But
He damn near did. He damn near talked over the end credits. If the end credits wouldn't have happened, he'd still be talking right now. And the bottom line is, why do people love Snake Eyes? Why do people love Snake Eyes? Because Snake Eyes, even from the TV show, because Snake Eyes didn't talk. He was that dude. He was that ninja. He was that, and people still. He was still the most favorite character. It didn't even talk. So now you got him talking like there's no tomorrow in this film, and they never get to the point where when we care about Snake Eyes, when he took his
Did you ever start to think that maybe they were thinking that there's possibly going to be another movie?
So that's fine. Another movie. If it comes on, you end this movie with him taking his oath, and then the next movie.
But why does it have to be in this movie? Maybe like Ralph said, maybe his oath is in the next movie.
What else can we see? He already was okay. He's going. He's gonna take his code. He gonna take his oath. What when he finally joins GI Joe? He was about to join GI Joe at the end of the film.
There you go.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He should already have that going like that.
No,
because
no,
the GI
not
Joe,
necessarily.
the only one who really communicated with him was Scarlet.
Scarlet, right?
And that's because, you know, technically she kind of knew him in his past life, right? She knew him in his past life, so she was the only one who really kind of translated for him, so to speak, and talked and communicated with him. Everyone else just kind of like let it go, whatever, you know. So, okay, fine. But she had already offered him to join G.I. Joe. He said he's got to go try to find Storm Shadow, and he still blah, blah. It was whack. It was a big miss. Big miss.
Maybe that's what makes him go when he tries to find him and convince him that yo, you're still good, that the tribe needs you, and Storm Shadow tells him no, and they fight to the death. He doesn't kill him, but maybe that's why he takes the vow of silence. I mean, I don't know.
That's not why. I mean, the bottom line is they missed the opportunity right there. Him taking the vow of silence is for him betraying Storm Shadow and his trust and all that stuff, like what he did, the way they had to do in the film. Now, that part of the story that's the only part of the story that I kind of agreed with or liked, because I'm like, okay, cool. They kind of made it, you know, they gave him flaws. They gave him a flaw, you know, where he's like, okay, he basically betrayed the people that, you know, that took him in, right? So, okay, but the overall story is such a Hollywood trope. It's so typical. It's so predictable. My revenge of my father. I'm like, are you serious? That's what we're doing? That's the story?
Yes, that's what we're doing. That's what we do. That was the
what
story.
we're doing. I must avenge my father's death for the 1 millionth time in Hollywood.
That's right. That's right. In Chinese, with you got to think. Also, at the same time, it's the same time that exactly. At the same time, in Chinese culture, that is the story, and in Japanese culture, 9 times out of 10, the plot of the movie 9 times out of 10 is based on revenge, some type of revenge.
Yes,
he took my lollipop. He knocked my ice cream out of my hand, so I took revenge. You know what I'm saying? There's always some kind of revenge.
Did you see Karate Kid Part 2? Why did homeboy want to kill Miyagi? Because the girl that I liked you instead.
Liked you instead.
You gotta die.
You gotta
die. So hey, you gotta die because she chose. Now check this out. You gotta die because she made the decision to like you. You gotta die.
Yeah,
because she made a choice.
Well, you know, he had to make an excuse. It wasn't her choice; it was his honor.
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah, I
Look
forgot.
at Logan. Wait, but go back to the Wolverine. Why did Homeboy bring him over there to give him the death that he felt he deserved? So Logan could die. But then why did Logan defend him? Because he tried to kill his daughter. Come on, man. It's all about some sort of honor over there. So I got that part. When I'm sitting there saying,
this wasn't honor. This was straight revenge. Yeah. This had nothing to do with honor. It was just revenge.
Yeah, this was straight revenge. Yeah,
straight revenge for killing his father. And then of course he gets there and
what do you think?
At the last minute he gets
Shang-Chi. Wait, Shang-Chi.
At the last minute.
But here's the thing.
No. But
here's the thing with that.
Shang-Chi wasn't all about revenge though. Not that Shang-Chi's wasn't driven by revenge.
But his father was.
Father was,
yeah, but he was the villain.
But here's the thing. Why do you think people want revenge? It's to defend somebody's honor. If somebody,
no, Ralph. Ralph, stop it, Ralph. Hold it. Pause, Ralph. No, Ralph. I want you to pause, Ralph. I want you to pause for a minute. Where are you from, Ralph? Where are you from, Ralph?
I'm from Jersey.
Yeah. You from New Jersey. Now, what's the biggest thing that drives a motherfucker to kick another motherfucker's ass? Revenge over why? Because you either embarrassed me, you hurt my feelings, and excuse my language, nigga, I got to get back at you.
Okay, I got
that's
that
just
part.
The bottom line.
But
it's the same thing across the board.
Honor. It wasn't honor.
No, it's not. If you look at the bulk of times when you actually got someone that says that I gotta get revenge on somebody, it's because you have done something to dishonor them.
No, it's not. It's not always dishonor. It's not always dishonor. If you come, let's just say you come to my house and you kill my daughter and my grandkids.
I'm not talking about real life. I'm talking about.
Yeah, look at Joseph says ninja have no honor. Samurai.
Exactly. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. Joseph just saved the day. Thank you, Joseph, because that's exactly what it is. It's all about you killed my man. I'm coming to kill you. That's all revenge is about. It ain't got nothing to do with honor or none of that.
Wait, my man. I'm gonna give you these examples right here. First Blood. Why did Stallone go crazy? What was it? Because they killed this man? No, it's because the cops did something to him, and he went ballistic. Death Wish.
The cop violated him, and the cop was let's be clear. The cop was a jerk.
So if somebody violates you,
Sylvester Stallone told you the title of the movie told you why he was doing it. They drew first blood.
Honor is more.
The title of the movie told you why. They drew first blood.
And that has nothing to do with honor. That means they drew first blood.
No, it does. No, it does. It does have something to do with your honor. It does. And I'm telling you that point. It does have something to do with your honor.
Okay.
Listen.
Well, this didn't have nothing to do with no honor. This was straight revenge. You killed my daddy, I'm gonna kill you.
There you go. And then take Rambo 2. Why did Rambo 2? Why did he really go ballistic? It wasn't because of the fact they caught it. It was because they killed that guy killed the girl. Right. That was the second one. The third one, they kidnapped this commander. The fourth one, because they kidnapped the girl who he kind of sort of liked. When they did that mission,
so they ain't got nothing to do with honor. They got to do with his feelings, and they took his pussy.
Honor, your feelings come from your honor. All that stuff comes from. If somebody comes to me and I don't know that and they hurt you, do you think I'm not going to want revenge on them? They didn't do nothing to me. They did something to you. If someone comes to you and they just
honor is something. Honor, I would believe that if someone killed your man's, your brother or whatever, and you want revenge, but if they murdered that person and then was going around disrespecting their name and doing, now that's honor. That's when you have to say,
that's when you're defending that person's honor.
Defending that person's honor. You defend the honor if somebody does something to a woman and you defending her honor. Mm-hmm. I've seen cats smack cats.
Yeah.
I won't.
If somebody came up there
I won't incriminate myself.
Like defending your honor, Ralph, would be it would be like if somebody started some slanderous stuff then you're defending your honor. Or if somebody did something to humiliate you in battle and they did it dishonorably, then you're defending your honor. But if let's just say it's one of y'all, if somebody come along and fuck with one of y'all, then I'm in my legal right as your man to be like, yo, that was my man right there. Yo, you came and took my man. I gotta come get you. You gotta answer for that. Right. Like dead ass, you gotta answer for that.
I want revenge.
Yeah. So that ain't got nothing to do with honor. That got to do with, yo, you took my man's life. You took the soul of the person that I care about, the person that I love. You took them from me. You gotta answer for that. Your life, the only way you can answer for that is with your life, unless the cops get you and lock you up before somebody gets to you.
It's like Michael Corleone said to Carlo, you have to answer for Santino, Carlo. he said what? That had nothing to do with honor. That was straight up. Carlos set his brother up to get killed at the what's not the phone booth? What's it called? The toll booth.
Toll booth.
The infamous toll booth killing. And the dude who set that up. The dude who set that up had to answer for it.
And what did he say? And say it again, Wes. What did he do? He was very specific. You have to answer for what?
Santino. You have to answer for Santino. He's like, you fingered Sonny to the whatever, the Tattaglia family. He's like, and don't tell me
now, Ralph. What I can say, Ralph, is where honor comes into play is snitching. Now, if you want to murk somebody behind snitching, that has everything to do with honor. Right. Because now, especially if you was involved and you snitching, or you doing the same kind of dirt and you snitching, especially to save your own ass. Oh yeah, you need to get murked for that. Like you need to catch one for that because now you breaking rules, and that's dishonorable. Yeah, that's dishonorable.
This code is free.
So that's when honor comes into play. That's dishonorable. But straight up and down, if somebody murks somebody that you care about, and you take it upon yourself to go handle that person, that's you extracting revenge over the death of that other individual. It has nothing to do with honor. It's all about your grief and your anger that this person did that, and he needs to answer for it.
Right. So basically, I would be the one to go after the director of Snake Eyes because he messed up his honor. So he dishonored Snake Eyes. So I'm going after him to defend the honor of Snake Eyes.
Why do we even clarify this? To give this guy a chance.
He just gave him the great pass. We just gave him
just open up the floodgates.
Go directly to.
I must defend his honor. So anyway.
All right, I'm just saying because I'm gonna tell y'all this quick story, and this is what I say about the honor thing. Right, long time ago when I was younger, not that much longer, but younger, and I was taking karate and thought I was like the shit guy. We were coming back from a tournament, and we had stopped down there in Woodbridge, and we was getting something to eat, and we were right next to this place called Tiger Showman's Karate. And me and some students were looking through the glass, right? We're looking through the glass, and we're laughing at everybody in it because their technique was just sloppy. They were lazy, and we had just came from fighting. We had just won. So we're all laughing at the window, and the instructor sat there, and he came outside. He said, "What are y'all laughing at?" And Eric, I said, "We're laughing at you guys. You guys all suck." So he said, "Oh, okay. So you want to come in here and show us something?" And we was like, "Now I'm sitting there saying, let's do it." They're like, "Nah, we can't." I said, "Nah, yeah, we come in there." So we came in there, and we beat down everybody in the class. We beat down everybody. That's just how he rolled. Now they were felt their honor was violated because we were laughing at them, but. Like I said back then, I'm gonna say it again. It's not my fault that your guy's style sucked. It's not my fault.
But you insulted their honor, so they had to. So regardless,
I insulted them.
Even though y'all went in there and
not me,
beat them down, it don't matter. They still had the defend their honor. I get it.
Yeah,
but that's
and they
not
still did that. And you know what? They still get even though y'all won. Guess what? They still get the respect because they still defended their honor. They defended their house, even though you walked in their house. They still defended their house and like, no, you're not gonna come in here and laugh at us.
Nah, you're not gonna do that. Although that's what we did.
Good.
That's what we did.
They get respect.
But
they get respect for just. They get respect for
defending their honor.
Yeah, but like I said, that was a long time ago. That was like 20-something years ago. I'm not that guy no more. I would not go to someone's class and sit there and in the corner laugh at someone's technique. Or I'm not that person no more. I had to learn humility.
You had to learn that exactly. So all right, I'm gonna start and give like the first 5 of my my tops for the movies. Like I said, I just added this film after I saw it. It turned out to be one of my favorite films this year. I thought it was done very well. You got to go check it out. It's on Netflix. And that one is called Don't Look Up. And like I said, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It was so many people in this film. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Tyler Perry, Jonah Hill, Timothy Chalamet was in it, Ron Perlman. A lot of people in this movie, man. A lot of people.
Wow,
Kate Blanchett. Cameo from Ariana Grande. I mean, it was a lot of people in this film, and it was done very well. So that Don't Look Up is one of them. I'm gonna go with, let's see here also. Let's see if I can show that at least. Oh yeah, there it is. Don't Look Up. Look at all the people that's in this film.
Wow.
Very, very. But when you get films like this, where people, when you get films like this where people,
I'm on air.
So many different stars are in the film. It is really because there's something about that script that everybody look at that. This is very good graphic design, I must say. There's a nice picture of her, but in the reflection is the comet right there. That's pretty cool. Very good graphic. The reflection of her glasses. Very good graphic design. So anyway, that's definitely my that's my number 10 right there. Let me go back because I'm sure something wrong with the screen there. I'm just kind of doing it a different way. All right, now I'm going with the Rona.
No. Basically, what this is the fallout from my mom's heebie-jeebies. Cold. I get the fallout.
Oh no. Oh man. Okay, my number 9 here is. I'll just bring this up on the screen so we can see it. Had fun watching it. Thought it was also very well done. We'll go here to Google and bring it up. King Richard. I think Will Smith did a very, very good job in this film. I think, and not just Will Smith, everyone in this film did a really good job.
Yeah, even the nosy ass neighbor did a good job.
Especially the little girls that played Serena and Venus Williams. I think this film is going to be. I think we'll be talking about this next year early for Oscar.
It's going to get snubbed. I guarantee you that movie's going to get snubbed.
You think it might? Yeah, it's possible it might get snubbed, but
I think the movie will get snubbed, but not Will Smith. I think Will Smith will just be the lone nominee out of the film.
The lone nominee out of all of them. Let's see how they do with that. We'll see. I think the what do they call, the foreign press will recognize it with the Golden Globes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough to call if the Oscars will. But I wouldn't be surprised, Kev, what you said if they get snubbed. But King Richard was my number 9 best film that I enjoyed this year. Of course, everybody have their own, but that's mine right there. My number 8 is The Harder They Fall. I enjoyed that film. I thought it was good to showcase some black cowboy, the old West, black cowboys and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But that was very good. That was also a Netflix film. How did they fall? No, really, just shared what the poster looked like so everyone can see. Cool poster starring, Jonathan Majors, Idris Elba, Zazie Beetz, who caught a lot of flack. Yeah. He said, I remember all the backlash it got. Is he talking about How They Fall? They talking about How They Fall. Yeah, it caught a lot of backlash, but I thought it was a good film. They were probably talking about King Richard with the backlash because it did catch some too because of I'll get back to that.
Daughter.
Because of that, his one of his daughters, and that's a whole nother story, but it's just coincidental that this comes out now. This story comes out now that they have a film out there, and it's just like what happened to my man when he did the
he did the
Birth of a Nation. When he did the
Birth of a Nation, which that movie was so goddamn good.
Then all of a sudden, all his personal stuff from the past that was resolved.
Meanwhile, he was acquitted of. He was acquitted of.
It was resolved. He was acquitted of whatever charges that they brought up, and that completely sabotaged that film run. That film did great at Sundance and the film festival and stuff like that. It had rave reviews. That was.
Can I say something? I'm gonna be honest. I honestly think that movie was sabotaged on purpose, because think of the timing of it with all the events that was going on.
It was definitely sabotaged on purpose. Yeah, most definitely. That's why they did it, to sabotage him and the film. That's why they brought the charges. This reeks of that whole situation. As far as we're gonna put something on display here with this man who really, black man who faced a lot of odds and really help create two champions, two of the best tennis players to ever step on the court. Right. And because of that, now all of a sudden you got people popping up. And like I said, and it has nothing to do with what his daughter said and how she feels. That is her truth or whatever, if it is, and that's what she go with. Has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that the timing. It was the timing. Why are you coming out about this now? Because somebody went and found her and wanted to bring this story out. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Back on the Harder They Fall, also caused some backlash when Zazie Beetz was cast as Stagecoach Mary. Was it Stagecoach Mary? I think, yeah. Who is historically, if you see a picture of her, she's a heavy-set, dark-skinned black woman. But
here's the thing: none of these characters were portrayed as they actually looked in real life. All of them were exaggerated. And particularly, what's his face's character was nothing like what he was portrayed as. They just totally.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. So what you're saying, what Kev is reiterating is that yes, the that character was not accurately, it was not character accurate as far as looks go. However, James Samuel, the film director, iterated and stressed the fact that none of these characters were actually portrayed the way it happened, so to speak, because none of them even knew each other. In real life. Stagecoach Mary,
none of them knew each other.
And Love, they didn't even know each other. A lot of these characters were also from different eras. So, but what he did was take some historical characters and made a fictional story and put it all together. And that's what he was trying to explain to people. But yet everyone went crazy about that. So, I mean, it's we talked about that a lot too. That was pretty big. But anyway, Harder They Fall. I'm not gonna hold it. I'm not gonna hold you on that. Well, my next one is where's the next one here that I enjoyed? Oh yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Nostalgia alone was, enough for me to love this film, but I also like what they did with it. I like how they left it at the end. I like how the actors did their thing in it. And I love the fact that it did what the other Ghostbusters film failed to do, unfortunately, the one with the females. The one with the females failed on a couple of levels, but I'm not here to bash that. It's I'm not going to bash it. But what it hit the mark on, if you're going to, you have the Ghostbusters, it hit the mark on honoring. Here we go, that word honor again. It hit the mark on honoring the original Ghostbusters characters and actors. It gave not just cameos, but brought the actors back into the film. It was written by and directed by the actual son of the original director of Ghostbusters. So it hit the mark. Ghostbusters Afterlife hit the mark. My number 6 is I'm going with Bruised, Halle Berry.
Very good movie.
Very good film. Yeah. It was good.
Really?
It was a good film.
Really, very good movie.
It was a very good film. And that will also have it's going to have an award run, probably an Oscar run too. And I'm predicting this is a very early and light prediction. Halle Berry. Will Halle Berry be once again the first Black woman actress to win 2 lead actor female actor awards?
They won't let it happen.
Ever. And here's another first that could actually make history if it happens. She also directed this film. So if she enters it as director, she will be the first Black female, maybe even the first female to be nominated for director and lead actor in a film, in the same film. That's never happened. So very, very this is her directorial debut. And the film was good, man. It hit the mark, what it was supposed to do. Good acting. We already know that the acting was going to be good. Good acting by the supporting cast too. Some the people in the supporting cast, but she did a thing on that. Nice fight sequences. We all know that she trained hard for it, stuff like that. You always got to remember when stuff like that happens. Remember how the Academy works. They look at stuff like that, and they do give you credit for something. Look what they did with Leo. Look what he had to go through in The Revenant. The fact about it, they recognize that.
Oh, but you know what? I know. I'm gonna tell you why Holly's gonna win. Holly's gonna win because she was smart. She had a lesbian scene. So she was smart. She made sure she put a little sprinkle of something in there so she can get the feel goods for all the LGBT people to fall on board, to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna vote for this. This was actually a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
I kind of like where you're going with that one, because I was like, wow, Halle getting down with a girl.
I saw it. It was really good.
I saw the movie. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know about a masterpiece. It was certainly a very good.
I never said masterpiece. I just said it was really good.
Yeah, it is a very good first directorial debut, man or woman, right?
Yeah.
I think it kind of gets in the mode of kind of like Rocky a little bit, a little Rocky vibe going on, and it reminded me of Warrior. But do I see her getting the Best Actress nomination for this? No, I don't see a Best Director nomination. Now, maybe the girl that played the trainer. Now she actually is in a better position, because you could say that that's like the Miyagi character, the Obi-Wan, and even from Warrior. I mean, Nick Nolte was nominated for an Oscar as their coach, as the father. Yeah. So for her, maybe her chances are a little bit better than Halle Berry's.
I don't think so. I don't think that. I mean, well, for supporting, possibly. The only reason why I think she's, like I said, when it comes to these nominations, they look at everything, and one thing they're going to look at is the preparation and everything that she did. She broke her ribs during this film, and she did all of that working out and preparing for it, and injuring herself during the filming, had to still star in the film and direct it. I believe they're going to recognize that, and she will nab one of these nominations. Now, once again, the opportunity to make history by her getting those 2 nominations in those 2 different categories, I don't know. It all depends. Will the Oscars resist that opportunity? Not saying she's going to win them, but it's still it's history by her just being nominated for them. It's making history. She don't even have to win. She's already won at that point. She's already made history. She's another the same Black woman that made history by winning the Oscar, right, in the lead category, comes back to the Oscars after a while, because she hasn't been, even considered after a while. She put a lot into this film, put her all into it, and directed it. I don't see them not nominating her for something. I just don't see it. Maybe she won't get the 2 nominees. They may, she may not get director. I don't know. Don't be surprised if it happens, and it's a possibility.
I mean, like I said, I would be surprised. With me saying that, would I be surprised? Would I be disappointed? I'm sorry. Would I be shocked? Well, I'm totally shocked. No, I think she did do enough in the movie. It would surprise me if she was nominated, but if she was nominated, would I say that they just threw her in there because she was Black or because she's woman? No, she earned it. She earned it.
Right. So it would surprise you to that feature, where it's that she didn't do enough, right? It's just for whatever reason you feel she's not going to get nominated. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, she, this movie was, like I said, it's one of those, they've been talking about this movie for years. When she was making it, she did a lot of press on it, a lot of, we'll see. I know they're going to definitely submit it. We know that. We'll see where it goes from there. But I agree with you. I could see the actor that played the mentor, actor that played the trainer, also possibly slipping in there. She's kind of a new face too. So yeah, so that's that. That's the first 5 of my my top 10. Ralph, did you not put a list together? You still don't remember?
I could put a list together very, very quickly. Not top 10, because I'm sorry, a lot of things that came out, it just not. I mean, there was a lot of things that I thought were okay, but something that was like
well, that's another reason why I think she has a chance.
That's a little hard.
I didn't think there was a lot of great films this year. There were some great films as far as overall and action and stuff like that. But when it comes down to just straight acting, boom acting, I personally didn't see a lot where that they were so much better than what Halle Berry did.
Well, I think right now that Best Actress won, certainly Lady Gaga for House of Gucci. You probably looking at Jessica Chastain for the Eyes of Tammy Faye, right? Probably
and
either
Nicole,
Lawrence
you go
or
get
Streep.
Nicole Kidman for being the Ricardos.
The Ricardos, yeah.
Yep, being
she
Ricardos.
did a really good job in that.
And you're probably gonna get either Streep or Lawrence for the one you just said, Don't Look Up. So that's four. That's at least 4 nominations right there. So that's what I'm saying. With Halle Berry squeezing in. Oh, and I certainly can't forget. I think the one that's still the front runner is Stewart for Diane. I think she's still the front runner.
She's gonna definitely be the
right
front runner.
to win the Oscar.
I could see her winning. We're gonna see how it plays out in the other ones. She's definitely winning a Golden Globe. The foreign press.
Definitely. She's definitely gonna win the Golden Globe. But
she's definitely
was that role good enough for her to win the? So if I just take those 5, Christian Stewart is what I'm talking about. If I just take those 5,
Christian Stewart,
can Halle Berry push one of now? With the only people I would say,
Meryl Streep would be in a. If she got it, she would be in supporting category. She wasn't like the lead. It was Lawrence who was the lead of that film as far as female goes. Meryl would be supporting in that one.
Okay, so if we say we replace Barry with Jennifer Lawrence, okay, I'm good with that one. But we still got a few more weeks. We
got to see. But I don't think the tone of this film, Jennifer Lawrence definitely did not outact Halle Berry by the tone of her film. With the tone of this, Jennifer Lawrence that's my girl. I love her. She did her thing in this film. It was but it was she may get recognized somewhere else. I don't see her getting an Oscar for this one. But she was good though. But we'll see. We'll have to see how that goes.
I do want to say this before I give up my list.
Yeah.
For worst film of the year, we forgot to add Rapey Wonder Woman.
Oh, Rapey Wonder Woman. Yeah, but that was this year, huh? Wonder Woman 1984, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was terrible. That might be even more of a that might have been more of a disappointment.
That's more of a disappointment than
for me.
Mortal Kombat or what was the other movie? Or Snake Eyes.
Yeah. That was a disappointment because it came off such a high film. And
you fire,
Snyder
you get
cut.
rid of the whole. You get rid of the whole.
That came out before the Snyder cut. That came out before the Snyder cut, right?
Yeah, it came out before the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
So you get rid of the whole team that was a part of, which goes to show you, which now I have no respect. And I said respect with a K, not with a T, with a K. I have no respect for damn, I forgot her name now. What's the director's name? Patty Jenkins.
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah. I have no respect for her because you dumbed down Wonder Woman and you just made her into this. And it's not to say that people don't fall in love and that some people fall in love and are naive, because it does happen to everybody at some point or to some people at some point. But to dumb down somebody who has decades of life experience, who's seen it all, that's basically immortal, and you're gonna dumb her down to a lovesick puppy?
Yeah, that's a little.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Especially coming from her pedigree, where they don't even mess with dudes like that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, they rather bite a clit than suck a dick. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Wow.
What's am I lying though? Where's the lie, Ralph? Where's the lie?
I didn't say it was a lie. I just said wow. You just made it up.
Yeah.
Ralph is like, you just made it up.
So I'm gonna quickly run down the last.
I'm gonna just take me a quick shot of this water.
Yeah. So I'm gonna quickly run down my top 5 because we're gonna go over time. We're we're gonna definitely go over time because we got started a little late. We had technical difficulties, stuff like that. But I'm gonna quickly run down my last 5. So after that, I had Judas and the Black Messiah. You know, very good job done on both ends. Lakeith Stansfield and I can't think of the other gentleman's name right now. And
Daniel
both
Kaluuya.
of them. Daniel Kaluuya. Thank you so much. After that, I had No Time to Die because it was a very I thought it was a very well thought out ending. Yeah, to Daniel Craig's Bond, and it was bold too. It was ballsy. It was very
ballsy.
I gotta
they
give
listen.
credit.
They went back to Casino Royale with this.
Yeah.
I had to give the credit to the director because that was ballsy to do what they did and live to tell about it. I have to give them credit on that. So that was my number 4. And in my top 3, I went with Shang-Chi because I was so number 3 because I was very impressed with it. I thought it was, you know, from start to finish, it was well done, thought out. The fight scenes was what Snake Eyes should have been, but anyway.
Oh, stop it! Stop it! Get out your feelings, fanboy.
The fight scenes was
awesome
in Shang-Chi.
What'd you say, Ralph?
Stop with the hate. That's all I'm saying.
That's it. Shang-Chi, the fight scenes was awesome. So just for that alone, I mean, and it was a good story. It was good. You know, it was cool. It was fun. Good film.
And Michelle was just
looking,
hands off. She's just looking good.
Okay, so my number 2.
I gotta listen. I'm gonna say I'm gonna interrupt. I gotta say this one thing. Michelle Yeoh, look, honey, we all know
you better not say don't. If you say one thing bad about Michelle Yeoh, I'm coming to Jersey. I'm coming to Pennsylvania.
I'm gonna say this part. And this is what I'm gonna say because I went to movies tonight and they showed the trailer for her next movie.
That movie.
I don't. It does, but I don't like it when you play movies where your attitude is bad. You know, like last Christmas you were kind of down. Certainly crazy Asians. You were kind of, you know, standoffish. You know, to me, and I never met you before in my life. I don't think you're that type of person. I think you're the type of person that when you meet people, you're instantly like you're very inviting of people. Like you seem to be like a people person. So playing that kind of role, it just doesn't sit well with me. Where you're standoffish, like, you know, I'm here and you're over there, and there's this big wall. And so when I was getting that from the trailer, I saw that. And like Shang-Chi, you're very.
But you gotta remember, Ralph, in that trailer, not to cut you off, Ralph, but in that trailer, you gotta remember, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like she's gonna be multiple. So
it's gonna be that movie. That movie is
looks like it's
gonna be awesome.
Different.
That movie's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be some real. And you know what I'm thinking? I hope it does what I'm thinking it's going to do, which is going to be do well, because then that's another slap in the face to all of these haters these hating critics that be, you know, like the not even critics, but the, you know, the OG filmmakers that's always talking about superhero film. Now this film is not a superhero film, but I believe it's going to come out. It's going to do one of those type of, you know, like Inception, like it's going to be like that type of impact, I think. And it's going to be real good. And I think it's going to do well overseas as well.
I was going to do it. The numbers overseas is going to be phenomenal. I think it might be lackluster here in the States because it's only going to be, well, again, I hate to put it like this, but people like us who are fans of Michelle Yeoh in the first place that are just going to go see it just because she's in it, but also because of the awesomeness of the movie. You know, we're going to be stepping out for that as well. But, you know, anything with her in it, I mean, if she could just be sitting there reading the Bible, and I'm going.
Sitting there reading the Bible.
Because I just need I need Michelle Yeoh in my life on screen. Like I need her in my life. And she has to and she has to do at least one crane pose while she's reading it. Particularly when she gets to the Psalms of David. I want to see her do a crane. Do the
crane when she gets to the Psalms of David. I got you.
Exactly.
Okay, so my last two films, top two, is this would have probably been number one for me, but I couldn't, thanks to a certain person. But number two, Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yes.
It was a big event. It was highly anticipated. It was brought forth by the people, by the cries of the fans, and it delivered. It did what it was supposed to do. In spite of the sabotage from their own company by Warner Brothers, trying to sabotage the numbers, trying to sabotage the what's it called, the reception of it and all of that, but it still did what it had to do. So that was my number two. And of course, number one, and we are just talked about this already, and it's Spider-Man No Way Home. That was definitely
what that needs to be number 10. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're just trolling. I got you.
Just trolling.
But Spider-Man No Way Home, number one film, obviously. Not only for its awesomeness and nostalgia, but just it's setting up other properties to get back in line. And it actually, because of some of the events in this, even kind of goes in line with other shows, even the Hawkeye show and Kingpin, with Kingpin making an appearance. You saw Matt Murdock make an appearance in No Way Home. So right out the gate, you've merged those two into the MCU. You know that they are in the same universe and in the same time frame. Because at the end of this film, he swings past Rockefeller Center, which was right where the finale of Hawkeye took place.
I was, yep.
Right. And it was, decorated the same way. It was probably like a night or two before that happened because the tree was still up when Hawkeye, the tree.
Would have been nice. It would have been nice if he would have flew by closer and they would have showed the owl in the tree.
Yeah, that would have been funny. That would have been real good. But I mean, this film was done and it did something for. Oh, what up, Jimmy Ace in the building? What's up, my dude? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you, man. What it do, man? So we were just counting down. I was just counting down my top 10 films of this year. Obviously, Spider-Man No Way Home was the number one film on my list, at least. It should be Spider-Man gonna have to do like Jay-Z said. I need to be number one on everybody's list.
As Jay-Z said, ain't nobody fucking with me in a versus. Nobody. Nobody.
Oh, so Vulcan said didn't like Hawkeye. Or you don't like Hawkeye, the show or the character?
Well, Hawkeye doesn't like you either.
The show or the character is the question I want to know about.
No, yeah, which one? Be specific about that.
Is it the show? Because I mean, and I guess if you don't like the character, you probably don't like the show either. So I'm guessing either way. Don't like Hawkeye? Hey, man, different strokes, right? Different folks.
That's okay.
I mean, I did like the show. Did I love the show? I loved elements of the show. I didn't.
I like the show. I like
the show. I really liked it though. I thought it was a cute show. It was cute. It was fun. It was. I liked what it did, and it was its own thing too. It didn't. I mean, it did. It was a nice, also kind of like they memorialized Natasha in that show, which they should have. He should be the one memorializing Natasha. They were just
and a dynamic. Listen, we need
he
a
said,
Kate Bishop.
Roki said not the show, the character. They don't like the character.
Just a character. Okay. And we need to have Elena. We need to have Elena and Kate Bishop's show or movie. We need they're
Oh yeah,
on
they gotta have
screen.
something together. They're on screen. Chemistry is insane.
It's
like
it's crazy.
It was so.
Could you imagine them in a real action heavy sequence?
They would be the illest buddy film, action film since freaking Lethal Weapon. I don't know. You know,
with the right script, with the right writers behind them,
yeah.
They could they could be crazy. They could be crazy.
Let's
well, that's a good segue for me. I'm gonna quickly do this. I'm gonna run down my Marvel list for this year. I'm gonna do it really quick. Spider-Man: No Way Home is number one. I'm doing it from my best to my last.
Top to worst. Okay.
Yeah. Spider-Man: No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Hellstrom, Hawkeye, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, What If, and I wasn't too crazy about What If. What If was good, but I wasn't too crazy about it. Black Widow, Eternals, Loki, and MODOK.
So you liked Eternals better than Loki?
Yeah, I did actually.
Wow. Okay.
There were elements of Loki that I couldn't like. I liked Loki, but it was like I don't know.
There's a lot of people want big up to Alice. We talked about we showed Alice earlier in the show. She was talking to me when I was on a shoot with her, and she was like, I just don't understand Loki. She was just like, I want to. I love those shows, and I love Tom Hiddleston. She was like, but I just don't get it. She's trying to explain it. I was trying to explain it.
And it wasn't bad.
The whole
but
multiverse concept, she's a little not getting.
And she can't grab it.
I said, no, I said Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be rooted in the multiverse. So I said you got to get used to it because the next few films are going to be rooted in the multiverse. I said literally, and she's like, and literally her favorite X-Men. Her favorite Avenger is Doctor Strange. She loves.
Oh wow!
And
so she going crazy now.
Yeah, I said it's literally in the title, the multiverse
of madness.
I said, so you're gonna go crazy. Wow. But yeah, okay. That was it. That was the end of that list.
Okay. Yeah. That was because that was all that. MODOK.
MODOK. Okay.
Yeah, and that was actually MODOK was actually another cartoon that they did. That was that came on Hulu. They released MODOK on Hulu. It was good. It was funny, but it was just weird to me. Like and they're talking about for the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, Quantumania. They're talking about MODOK is probably going to be in that. So that's what I want to see. I'm waiting for a real life because as a kid, I loved the MODOK character. Like I just thought that was awesome. A big head, just floating around with little legs. Like I don't know. It's just.
I know. I hate that.
It was just interesting.
But yeah, I did see a clip that I think Larry put it in our chat room or someone put it in the chat room about Doctor Strange. MCU cast reportedly includes a member of the Fantastic Four. That's interesting. Who I don't know, but probably Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Probably.
I would say if anyone's going to make a cameo, if it's going to be one, I mean, Johnny Storm is the most popular, but the fact that we don't know who they recast Johnny Storm as, that depends. I think Reed Richards is the one that makes the most sense.
But how sick would it be if they showed John Krasinski as Reed Richards? Just in the multiverse about it, even though he might not be Mr. Fantastic for the Fantastic Four, but if they got him just to do it for the multiverse of madness, how crazy do you think it would drive everybody if he showed up as that?
I heard rumors of them, grabbing up Tom Cruise to play
Iron Man
of Iron Man. Yeah, I remember because that was which is a nod. Obviously, it's a nod to. The fact that they tried to cast him. Yeah, they wanted to cast him as Tony Stark way before. So, You know, they might go and get as a nice little play to be playful with it. Go and get a lot of alternate characters that were almost cast. So if that was funny, that'd be funny if they put Emily Blunt as an alternate
as well. Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Widow.
If they grab both of them, or
Yeah,
that's
who they originally wanted. That's who they originally wanted. That's who they originally going to cast. And she couldn't do it because of a scheduling conflict.
Because she wanted to play Gulliver's Travel.
Oh, God,
whack ass movie.
Garbage movie. So, speaking of Emily Blunt, honorable mention. I had fun watching Jungle Cruise. It wasn't no great movie, but I thought
I love Jungle Cruise.
It was fun.
It's so much fun.
It had a nice twist to it too that I didn't expect.
Listen, if you didn't see it, I'm mad that I didn't get to see Jungle Cruise. Did I see it in IMAX? Or did I see that? No, I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it on the record because I saw the Roosevelt
that's
film.
Definitely an honorable mention.
That's a good honorable mention too.
Also, honorable mention. I had fun watching Godzilla and Kong.
Yep, that's another one good one
this year. Dune wasn't bad either. It was good. It was decent. It was a little. It was definitely dialogue heavy. It didn't have a lot of.
I didn't care about that. I didn't care that it was dialogue heavy. I hate the fact of how they cut it up, and they're forcing us into two movies when they could have. They could have did this story right, and they could have dug a little bit more deeper into the story. Even if they were going to split it up between 2 or 3 movies, they could have dug a little bit deeper and pushed the story a little bit more. I was a little bit. I wanted more. I guess that's what my disappointment was, because I wanted more. Because just from seeing the first Dune, the original, and I wish I would have read the books. I'm probably gonna get the book on my Kindle and go back and read it.
I think, it wasn't. Like I said, it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't.
No, it was dope. It was definitely dope. Like I said, I was.
Another disappointment was A Quiet Place Part 2. Speaking of Emily.
Oh God!
Why make it? Didn't need to.
Listen, no, I won't go as far as to say why make it. I will go as far as to say why didn't they make it better? It was good, and the scenes in the warehouse when the kid was stuck down, when the kid was jammed down in the thing, and I love that whole sequence. Was great, and I love how them dummies brought them to the island and they started killing everybody. That was kind of great. But the overall story,
I'm not saying it was. To me, it was just like I didn't really need it. I didn't.
And I know, you know what? And I think because of the pandemic, that kind of.
As far as their numbers go, it messed them up. We know.
Yeah, and I think I don't mean as far as people going to the theater. I mean as far as the story, like because of having to operate in a bubble or whatever the case may be, it limited. I think it pretty much limited the scope of the film. Where I think that I think the film should have been a little bit bigger. It should have had a wider. For me, it should have had a bigger or a wider scope. But it was what it was for an origin movie. I just think I would have loved to see the ships coming in. You know what I'm saying?
That would have been cool to see that, but I mean, it wasn't my biggest disappointment, but and it wasn't even close to my biggest disappointment.
No, not at all.
So Ralph, at least since you put in one together, did you put together 5? Can you put together 5?
Yeah, I told you I did. These are like 5 best movies I saw this year.
Okay.
Number 1 is a movie called Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Oh my God.
Sorry, man. It was just like the best movie I'm sorry. It's supposed to be 5 movies from this year. Oh,
that bad. Was made or at least released in 2021.
You just said 5 best movies a year, so I had to put Heat, Empire Strikes Back, Raise the Lost Ark.
All of them, right? Yeah.
All right, so if that's the case, then I'm gonna go with my number 5. Number 5 would be Free Guy. I'm getting tired of the whole Ryan Reynolds shtick that he keeps doing, but this one,
we about to put him like we did Tyrese. He about to be Deadpool in a video game. Deadpool. Deadpool wearing a green ring.
Ryan as the hitman. Ryan using the lantern. Ryan marrying Sandra Bullock. Blah blah blah.
But
that one I really did enjoy. It was kind of a different take, and since people got a lot of problems with video game adaptations, now you got a movie is a video game and he has to adapt into. So I give that some credence. Okay. I thought it was decent. It was surprising, certainly. Okay. My number 4 is No Time to Die, as it was previously said, a very fitting send off to James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Craig's James Bond. Yeah.
I mean, when I saw it, some movies I will go see in a theater with a whole bunch of people, and to see people in there crying because of what happened to him was like,
yeah.
I'm gonna say because of my video was that James Bond dies, but it's somewhat bittersweet when you see this character die. Well, it's on video now, so it's like it came out 2 weeks ago. So if you didn't see it by now, that's your fault. But to then see at the end of the movie saying James Bond will return, so now I'm like, okay, how are you going to bring James? You're going to bring the character back?
No, you know what? I'm actually surprised they didn't do this earlier, because it's actually a good way to end the actor's run for the
kill off.
So I was very
because that's technically what happens to 00s. 007s die, or all 00s pretty much. They die off, and like they show with her. They showed Homegirl coming in as a 007 because he retired. He didn't die, but because he retired, she came in as 007.
All the other Bonds,
exactly.
Right, but all the other Bonds didn't retire. They just the actor retired from the role, but they just kept.
They kept it going. So they tried to keep it like almost like linear, but they didn't keep it linear. It's like they restart the adventure.
Craig restarted from day one, whereas
Bond begins. Bond begins.
Yeah. But I certainly enjoyed it. My number 3 is definitely Ghostbusters Afterlife. One thing I found this year with some movies that some movies have hit this nostalgia button in you that
I have to find this movie and go see it.
For a large degree, it just hasn't done it. And Ghostbusters really brought back the nostalgia. I am not a fan of Ghostbusters, the all-female version. I was not a fan. I'm not even a really big fan of Ghostbusters 2. This right here should have been Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah.
To integrate now the child of a Ghostbuster with the original cast and still bring in elements of other pieces from the other movies.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. No, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't. And I was not expecting it, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially that Stay Puft Marshmallow scene. I thoroughly enjoyed that scene. That was kind of awesome.
Yeah. No.
Now my number 2.
Interesting. Good point Vulcan made, or at least that's their point they made. Dune just basically reminded me of Star Wars.
That's blasphemy. Nothing reminds anybody of Star Wars.
No, but technically speaking,
where the hell you think Star Wars came from?
Without Dune, there would be no. Listen, without Dune, there would be no Star Wars. There would be no Star Wars without the Dune books.
Because it would have never sparked that.
I don't know about that.
No, Ralph. Ralph. That is a fact. If not for L. Ron Hubbard and him writing Dune, there would be no Star Wars. That's an absolute. Even though the Dune movie came after Star Wars, there would not be. The book was way before Star Wars.
Way before.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Oh, I agree with that part, but
it took a lot of elements from.
Wasn't for Dune, would there not be a Star Wars? That's the part. Like, so you're saying that Dune is then responsible for everything before Star Wars, like Buck Rogers.
No. We're not. No, that's not what we're saying.
Specifically speaking on the elements that was taken
exactly
from Dune and used in Star Wars.
You could see it all over the place. I mean, even when they're on Arrakis with the sand and the sandworms and all of that stuff.
Like, I might have to go back and look at it because I didn't get that, but maybe I need to look at it from a different perspective. So
no, you have to read the books, Ralph, because what we're talking about is specifically from
I don't have time. I got a big ass stack of books sitting over here that I still ain't got to this shit. I'm trying to play
the same stack you mentioned like 4 shows ago.
Yep, the same stack. Because now I just started watching Daredevil. I just got Disney Plus yesterday, so I got to start watching that stuff. I'm a busy dude. I only got 2 eyes. I mean, I'm trying.
Okay, so
that's why 2022 is going to be about catching up to stuff. That's what's going to be.
I feel you. Me too. I'm be right there with you. Now that I'm done with school, I got some extra time.
It's going to be about catching up. Now, my number 2, I thought hard about this. I mean, the last 2 movies are certainly Spider-Man and Justice League, but I was trying to really debate in what positions is Spider-Man 2 and Justice 1 or Spidey 1 Justice 2. I don't really know, so I'm going to put them as 1A and 1B. So 1B is going to be Justice League, and I'm going to tell you why. For no other reason, is because of Warner Brothers. You guys screwed over
this dude will not give
he hates Warner Brothers, but he rightfully so. They
right now, if this version of Justice League had actually hit the theaters, would it have been on the same level as any of the Avengers? That is a really good question to ask.
It would have,
but because Warner Brothers screwed over Snyder, we're never going to know that.
We'll never know.
That's bad. That's
bad
because you guys didn't see the potential in your product. If any company that releases a movie, you gotta have faith in the project, or else if the company doesn't have faith in it, then why are we as the public going to go see it? We went to go see it because it's Batman, it's Batman, Superman, it's Wonder Woman. Yeah. But look,
you see that,
all
Ralph?
the other stuff that you guys threw into that movie.
He said, "You mean the Justice League that took you months to watch, Ralph?"
It didn't take me months to watch, so you can cut that out. Right, you can cut that out.
Jimmy,
it took me a while, because like I said, I'm a busy person. But
he just basically came in with a rusty knife and just cut that shit open.
Exactly. Sit down. But the point is still, regardless, whether it took me months or weeks or days, I still watched it. I still went out there. Not only did I watch HBO Max, I went out there and bought the Blu-ray. So I've seen it multiple times now. And that version that they put out, that's what should have came into the theaters.
It's the same. It's the same thing that like what they did with the director's cut of B versus Superman.
We did the same thing.
When they did that, everybody was like, "Oh!"
But you know something. Yeah, but you know something with that one. Although the director's cut of Batman vs Superman is certainly better than what you put in theater, at least I have, if you want to say the silver lines, that the bulk of the movie that you was in the theater is the same on the director's cut. There's a whole bunch more that you stuck into it. This is totally different.
Yeah. It's a whole. It's a whole other movie.
And it's a whole nother vision. A whole nother vision from a different person.
Right.
Bought in. Yeah.
And what I will say,
crossed over.
Right, and this is the one thing I am going to say about Warner Brothers, and although they didn't probably do it, I'm glad that you said Zack Snyder's Justice League, because what was previously released is not Snyder's, it's yours. And Warner Brothers presents Justice League, and look at the tragedy that it was, and look at Snyder's. And you absolutely right, Volker. They are Warner Brothers and ruining DC.
That's true.
You're ruining it.
I'm going to sum it up.
Brothers, they say you're not alone. They hate Warner Brothers.
Yep.
They're ruining DC.
They are ruining.
I'm going to say this, and this is.
Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. They're not ruining DC. They are ruining the DC films. The DC cartoons is great.
Oh, great.
The film division. You're wrecking it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna put it like this. Over the last 10 years, 2010 to 2020, 2011 to 21, right? We have had films that come out that have had sequels, right? I said not too long ago, Halloween. Even in the 2000s, there has been
Halloween Kills.
Yeah,
right. But still, you also had Halloween H2O. You had Halloween Resurrection, so you had at least 4 Halloweens. But you've only Warner Brothers. You've gone out and done a second Harry Potter based series. Yeah. You're about to release the third one in a couple of months. But you've only had one Man of Steel. Think about that a second.
Okay, you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. This is what happens when you try to turn a light on. Leave shit dark.
Leave it alone.
Stop trying to turn the lights.
They trying to go crazy with it. So yeah, that's a great point, and that's why that becomes 1A. You said, I mean 1B.
1B.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes 1A Spider-Man.
But 1A, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1A has got to be Spider-Man. Look, I was waiting for Spider-Man to come along, and the idea that you are now you're taking the other two versions of Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. You're yanking elements of those and putting them into this version, right? I am not the biggest comic book fan, but I would say that's probably the comic book fan's dream. You know,
wet dream
to actually see multiple versions of this. I mean, the only thing missing, although there's a nod to it, is Morales. That was the only Spider-Man that was missing.
Well, actually, he wasn't missing because because of his age, he wouldn't have been in this one anyway. Because he's still in Brooklyn somewhere doing whatever he's doing. So,
but it's the movie. It's the movies. They could have timed in time. They could have did anything they wanted to. They really wanted to.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have. But you know what? It wouldn't have.
But wait a minute. But as far as the age goes, remember at this point, if Spider-Man is taking place in their realm, it's like 2024 right now or 2020. So it's a few years later. When they first mentioned him, was in Spider-Man Homecoming, which was before the blip, right?
Right.
And then now after the blip is 5 years later. And right now it takes place in the same year that Hawkeye's taking place, which is like 2025 or 2024 or something like that. So I mean, he's older. But with that older. Being, unless right, he was
but I'm just that's what I'm about to say. We don't know if Morales was whipped. So let's say he wasn't whipped, but now he is 17, 18 years old. He would be no younger than Spider-Man himself.
Yeah, but that's the point. But see, that's the point. Technically speaking, Miles Morales is actually younger than Peter Parker. So
he is young. So they may have to make the way he got blipped.
right, exactly. And they haven't built up his story yet. We only have his story from the cartoon. We don't have his story in the actual MCU
I agree,
I agree with that.
Just saying, that's the only one I was missing from.
But however, think about that if something came up where another Spider-Man came through and it's Morales.
Yeah.
To me, it would have been good, but it would have felt like how Avi Arad force fed us all of that stuff in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
it was enough going on.
The perfect place to put it, the perfect place to have put that was coming through those purple clouds. If you saw it, like, but that would have been cool. Because in another universe, cool. Miles Morales does
swinging around
know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So that would have been cool to have a silhouette of a Spider-Man, and everyone would have known right away it was Miles Morales.
It was Miles Morales. Yeah.
Like, oh, that's cool.
Right. But that's what I'm talking about. That would have been. But that's like the only thing truly missing out of it. Now, a few other things I would like to see in Spider-Man because, and these are just my own things. Because you brought characters from the first two Spider-Man, me personally, I would have liked to see Christian Dunst make a quick appearance as MJ.
But why? I would have liked to doesn't. Again, you got to remember, the reason why these characters showed up is because they knew Peter Parker, and it's not to say that she didn't know Peter Parker.
She knew that Peter was Spider-Man, though.
But she and yes, she did know that Peter was Spider-Man, but there was no real reason for her, because in her timeline she was with Peter, so it's no real reason for her to. There's no cohesive reason for her to come over with the villains and with the other Peter Parker.
It's never been established. Meaning, I know what you said. You didn't see her on camera, but theoretically speaking, she could have came over, and we just didn't. We just didn't run into
and actually, you didn't hear what I said. What I said, well, it would have been nice to see Christian Dunst. I didn't say Christian Dunst had to be moved. It could have been when Peter was sitting there talking about his MJ, and he pulled out a picture of her. This way, would have always know that the two of them were still together in his universe.
Right.
It could have been as simple as something as that. Right. Mm-hmm. The Stone character now, Emma Stone's character, obviously was dead, so you couldn't do nothing with her. Right. And the Aunt Mays and the other two periods didn't know that Peter is Spider-Man, at least in the movies. They don't know that. So there was no reason to bring them into it. Right. But that was like a little nod to the original series when he's sitting there, he's talking about how he and MJ are making it work. You know, it would have been cool to just pull out his cell phone. There's a picture. He has a picture of him and MJ. That would have been cool. He said, "This is my MJ," especially when you see my MJ. Peter.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. I can see that. That'd have been cool because you know how they left things on part 3. It was not, it wasn't all peaches and cream with that. The way they left.
But that's why he said that's why he said again. That's why that's why I appreciate dialogue. For sometimes you don't need to see something. Sometimes just a quick line will give you everything you know. Well, it should give you everything you need. But some people aren't going to be satisfied with just a line. You know, they're going to want more. You know, it's I guess up to your individual.
But the only reason I'm saying
I was cool with what they.
But the only reason I'm even saying those two things. Yeah, I was cool too. But the only reason I'm even saying that is because if you're really going to push the nostalgia button, really push it, right? You see Ghostbusters. The only thing missing from the only person missing from Ghostbusters, realistically speaking, is Rick Moranis. He doesn't
Rick
anything.
Moranis.
However, there is a reference to him in the movie.
Same Rick Moranis' character, yeah.
There's a reference to him in that movie, so they still acknowledge that he existed, but he just doesn't. Now, if he would say, you know what, I think I want to get into this, the producers would have broke their asses to put Rick Moranis in that movie, in some way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. Maybe him and the secretary really did hook up, right? Maybe so. Right. But those two things I just said about Morales and MJ, those are vanity things. But overall, what we saw, I was like, awesome. it was just fucking awesome. That's it was awesome.
It was damn near perfect for me.
It deserves to. Right.
You brought back Peter. You brought back old school OG Peter. You brought back all the Peters, as far as that goes for the films. And all I'm gonna say about that is, and I said this before, I think I said to Kev off camera. For me, it kind of righted a lot of the wrongs that people complained about, even myself complained about in past Spider-Man films, such as they addressed the elephant in the room about the organic webbing. That was something that the fanboys really didn't like.
Which I thought was hilarious.
That was cool. That they flipped that and made it very interesting. They also, a lot of things also that went on with other films, even all the way down to Venom. They even in the end credit scene, they actually set us up to actually have a Venom in our universe, meaning the MCU.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's just the symbiote. I'm glad. Listen, I love Tom Hardy, and his version of Venom was what it was. I didn't like it, but I didn't dislike it. But I'm glad that is nowhere.
Now they could do what they want.
I'm glad that's not coming nowhere near. Our MCU Spider-Man. Keep that over there.
Now we can have it origin the way we know it. We can have the true black suit Spider-Man when the symbiote gets on him, and he and that's one of the that's one of the things.
I know how they're going to do it. They're going to do it. Somehow that symbiote is going. If they do Secret Wars, somehow that symbiote is going to get sucked into the. If they do it the way the book did it, it's going to get sucked into the machine in Central Park and be brought to Battle World, and whatever the case may be. But before we hang up, I just want to run down mine from the year. I'm just going to do like I did with the Marvel. I'm just going to be really quick. In no particular order. Cruella, Spider-Man No Way Home, King Richard, The Harder They Fall, Extraction, Being the Ricardos, Malignant, I love *Malignant*. The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, another awesome movie. Passing, I know you didn't like it, Ralph, but it was still dope.
Good. Right.
The Tomorrow War. Oh my God, that Chris Pratt killed that. Justice League, the Snyder Cut, obvious. Kate, Gunpowder and Milkshake. The Witcher, Nightmare of the Wolf. That anime was so dope. Judas and the Black Messiah, No Time to Die, Jolt, and Halloween Kills.
Okay, cool. I mean, that was cool.
I do have one honorable mention.
What?
Yeah, I got one honorable mention, and I mean, I'm not exactly sure if it counts for 2020 or 2021, but I think it does because of the streaming service. I'm going to throw in there also, since we said Judas and the Black Messiah, I'm also going to put in the Trial of the Chicago 7. I think that movie is awesome. I mean, there is nothing really wrong with ever going to see a really good court drama. And now you're seeing this court drama that really happened. And I mean, you got the booking, you got Judas and the Black Messiah, and you got the Trial of Chicago 7, which kind of sort of wrapping themselves all in one. You know, awesome movie. You know,
that's a good.
When it comes to, when it comes to his court stuff, he is tough to beat. He comes with some, you know,
comes with the
I
real.
gotta mention that.
Very, very, very. Gives you that realness feeling. I mean, now of course in real life, people ain't going all, yelling all up in courts and stuff like. But they really did a good. That's something that, like you said, that's something that really happened, and there's documentation of that stuff that went on. So they really did the right thing. It was, that's how you do it when you make, even when they did the OJ trial, when they did the OJ one,
man,
that was just like
that was beyond good. That was beyond good. OJ.
To say it in the voice of homeboy from Comics Explained. Win. Let me tell you.
It was really. It was done well. So, I mean, when you do that stuff and you do the right thing, we love to see it. So, anyway, we're going to have to wrap the show up. On a note, come in for next season, next year, which is our next show is going to be in next year, basically. We got some things coming up. We're making a few changes to the format of the show, and we'll be doing some things. We're also going to start looking for some we said earlier in the year we were going to start because I get questioned all the time, why don't we have any female co-hosts or perspectives, but we got to find one. So that's
because y'all scared to come on here.
Everybody gets scared. We got to get some people or your man is keeping you from coming on here, and you just on the you on a video chat, you home with your man, and he nervous about you. Listen, y'all need to get your relationship status together. Everybody ain't checking, trying to take your girl or everybody ain't trying to holler at you.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we all.
We not all trying to holler at you. We just
we all nerds out here, and as fellow
that's to know about
people,
movies.
As fellow people who love film, we try to we come together and it's a camaraderie. So it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, gay, straight, cis, whatever the case may be. If you love film, then we want you to come on here and talk about it. So get out your feelings.
Get out, and get some nerves here. So we'll be doing our search. We'll be having some guest female hosts to come on, and maybe we'll that'll help us decide later on. But we're not going to just pick anybody. We're going to get we're going to do our search. We're going to do a search for people that you have to truly love.
Know some movies.
You gotta know film. You gotta love film, and whether you are, it doesn't matter if you do it. If you're a filmmaker, if you're an actor, that's fine too. If you want to, or if you're not, if you're just a film lover, you're just a person who watched films all your life, or you watch all the films that you can. It's all that's all that matters. You gotta know some film. So we'll get to that next. We'll get to that next year.
We do have some trivia questions before.
Right, we got some trivia questions.
We said, hey,
and we'll put that out there.
You gotta at least know that.
Well, listen, but at the same time, you could be dumb like me and just have a bad memory and have a catalog of movies and not know who the hell the directors are, forget who actors are, because it just happens. Because sometimes, in some cases, unless you're Larry, who I still don't understand how his mind works, and I still don't understand how West's mind works. You know, how you even I'm even going to put Ralph on that list. How you were like these dudes forgot. Well, that could be that too. That's a big part of it. But how you don't forget. You know, you've forgotten more. These guys have forgotten more movies than some of y'all
even know.
No.
Yeah.
So
that's what I used to say. I'm like, I've forgotten more. I say that to people all the time. I said, bro, I forgot more movies than you even know. So it's not even. But anyway, we'll not drag it on. Let's say Happy New Year to everyone. We want everyone to have a
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Listen, don't be God. We got Unicron out there killing people.
Autobot.
or Megatron, whatever you want to call it. Don't be that guy to get caught with the Megatron.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta pause this. We cannot be listen, we are not gonna do this. It's God damn it, I can't even pronounce it now because of y'all. Come on, we gotta get that right. Everybody is doing that.
Disease.
Everybody's calling it some kind of shit. Somebody the other day was calling it Omarion.
Someone said Omarion. But y'all know we're only doing it because you know what? Y'all know what we mean. Stop messing around with that Decepticon disease. Let's go.
Exactly.
I mean, remember, together,
you got the
everybody
touch.
Be safe. Yeah, y'all niggas got the glow. Niggas is getting the glow up in here. So anyway,
you got the touch.
Y'all getting the glow. When you got the glow. You got the glow.
No, not that song.
The glow. Y'all get the glow.
No, not that.
No, but
not that one. Not the glow. You got the touch.
You got the power. Exactly. So on that note, everyone, be safe. On a serious note, be safe. Watch yourself out there.
Oh my God!
Wait. Before we go, I got to tell a quick story since Wes talked about that. Right. The other day, I was at my regular job. Right. I was in the bathroom. I come out. Right. There's these 3 kids in there, about 20-something years old. There's one black kid. Got to be black kid. He's got one of those. You know, like when you go to stores and they have a wet spell, they put the orange cone down. He's got this on his head doing Bruce Lee kicks. And he don't see nobody. So I walked in and I said, hey, Bruce Leroy. He turns around and like, what? I say, Bruce Leroy. Like, oh, because you mean Bruce Lee? He said, oh, no, because I'm black. That means I got to be Leroy. I said, no. Take the cone off. They took the cone off. And the woman said, oh, and by the way, Bruce Leroy refers to the character from the 85 movie, The Last Dragon. As I'm saying that, this dude is walking in the bathroom. He turns around and says, yeah, man, the glow. These people don't know shit about that. I was like, you're right. They don't.
Well, yeah. So everyone want to definitely say Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Lord, please don't get the Omicron, because I'm telling you, because every time I see somebody down, they say that I got the Omicron. I'm gonna be like, you got the touch.
Right. Or speaking of touch, you can flip it. The Omarion. Doom, 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 touch. Doom, 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 touch. Same thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all right. Peace, everybody. Y'all have a good. We love y'all, man. See y'all next
Peace.
year.
Happy New Year.
Peace out. Happy New Year.